Everyone, Jess and Grant are going to burn the house down today. Hi, everybody. Because we're here, we have the big feels today. And
it's our finale!
It's the finale. How is everyone? How we doing? We've got some creepy music.
I'm enjoying this dinner so much, you guys.
Nom nom nom. I'm too nervous. I'm gonna wait till after stream to eat dinner.
I drank an energy drink and I might pee myself. How are you, Pro?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you. It's the best segue you could have. Connects with me very well. No, I'm joking. But I am Pro. Happy to be here. I play Daquan. Shooty shoot, drive, bang, bang. I have 2 vampire brides under my belt.
Yeah, true.
I'm hyped for the final, though, man. Last one was a trip. What emotional. I'm so hyped.
Oh, my goodness.
That ending was amazing.
How are you, Jess?
I'm good. There's a chance that I was going to stream on the road, and I was like, no, vacation can wait until the finale of Dracula. So I'm excited.
Oh, gosh.
It's been such a beautifully wonderful up and down roller coaster of a narrative. Like, this has been it's been a pleasure. I really enjoyed this campaign, and I'm ready to give it our all. Make a big bang.
It's the show. I never shut up about it to people. I'm just like, so let me talk to you about the thing. And they're like, is this like a movie or something? I was like, no, it's a Twitch series. You don't understand anything. And then I like...
But also, yes, give me money now.
Yes. So, as always, this show is sponsored by Pelgrane Press. We appreciate. I've dropped some links in the chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, beneath the video, there are links where you can access the products and also take advantage of a voucher coupon that I'm going to drop in chat. And also, it'll probably be the first comment on the video. Sometimes it's beneath the video. 20% off any Nice Black Agents products. It expires August 31st, so you're going to want to use it before the end of this month, being August 2020, the year of hell. The name of this episode is Into the Unknown, and the reason... Into the Unknown, and that is right out of the novel near the end, where they say... I will not let you go into the unknown alone, which is a very nice quote. I've been watching Dracula movies all week. I've been watching them with people.
Been.
Oh, it's been very good. They're all very different. And I didn't ask how you were doing, Sharung. Dinner's going great.
I'm doing so well. I just finished my dinner. I made a bastardized cottage pie in which I used miso broth instead of beef broth and didn't have enough potato, but it was so tasty. I apologize to Pro, but it was so tasty, and I think it'll be made better with the addition of turnips next time. To have like that, Cornish pasty feel, to be even more bastardized. But yeah. But I'm doing well. I'm Sharon. I'm playing Antal Khoury for the last time ever. And it's going to be very exciting. And what's going to happen to his trauma, we'll see.
I'm worried about y'all sweet children. And then I'm doing well. I'm ready for this. If you've been watching this week, we streamed a bunch of episodes yesterday as well as the prep sessions. And then I also I've streamed 3 different prep sessions for this finale, just because it helps to sometimes talk through the ideas out loud. So I've been streaming them on this channel, on my channel for small groups, asking questions, watching movies, rereading portions of the novel. And when last we left our rogue agents, they were in the hallowed halls of Edom's headquarters. And they learned that Edom had been overthrown as an agency, and Dracula had corrupted the very heart of the organization, turning the majority of the surviving dukes into vampiric minions, who were attempting to capture and kill the head of Edom itself, Lucy Westenra. after fighting through the vampires and uncovering an escape vehicle, our party confronted Lucy herself, who agreed to aid the heroes both in launching a series of Hellfire ballistic missiles on Castle Dracula, weakening the Dark Lord, and allowing Antal to practice the vampire slaying ritual.
It was such a cool ending when she's like, "You need to practice this on me now," and I'm like, "Oh."
I've been sad all week.
Yeah, it was a killer.
Yeah,
Killer
Antal was
move.
expecting to be like, "Yeah, we're gonna beat her up, and then you're gonna hold her down, and I'll do this ritual," and she's like, "You need to practice." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Did the first vampire feel sorry for her?
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
Spicy.
Wow. Yeah, he wasn't gonna chop her fingers off or anything. No. Wow.
Said love?
No, that was the Korean guy at the club.
True.
So, the episode begins with a question. So after Lucy has been destroyed and Edom has fallen in its current state, and Castle Dracula has been struck by the ballistic missiles, what is your next step? It doesn't have to be moment to moment. You can say that you escaped. Did you go somewhere particular? Did you decide you wanted to try to hunt down Dracula immediately? Or did you stop to catch your breath?
I was hoping we could recruit some of our Belgian friends to help us.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, even just, we have to go to Belgium, but we should like contact them and be like, Castle Dracula has been struck. We're going to go on the offensive. Send a team over if you can.
So something you know about that. At the Belgian Cathedral, the information you got from the MI6 personnel was the conspiracy had taken hold over most of the chapel. And doing so would be very dangerous. So any of the vampire hunters that live there would be working for Dracula at this point and use the opportunity to hunt you down.
Oof.
Yeah, I remember there was infiltration. I didn't remember it was this bad. Okay, we're not doing that.
And they murdered most of... Now, Father Sebastian would be willing to join you. He's still alive.
Oh, yeah, yeah, he was cool. I like
Come
him.
along, Sebastian.
Like, Sebastian, darling.
Was that the one that was washing the dishes, right?
Yes, the dishwasher.
Dishwasher.
Vampire hunting
Okay.
dishwasher.
Yeah, he was
Unassuming.
cool. Oh, we
Strong
should go
hands.
down to the van where the two uncorrupted dukes are waiting.
I was
Yeah.
just gonna say, like, I would love to like see if I can get some Eden people, like, seeing as how I was like handed the keys,
That's
right?
true.
To be like, hey,
You are Edom now.
What you have left is Hound, Elvis, Fort, and Tyler.
mm-hmm.
So you have the
Yeah.
hand-to-hand, the explosive expert, the gun runner, and the law enforcement personnel.
Yeah.
I would have talked to Hound to see how she's doing, if she actually wants to go out with a bang and go kill Dracula with us or not. I need to get inside her psyche at this point.
I was going to say a little innuendo. Go out with a bang. Well, you never know.
Yeah.
It is the end of the world.
Wham bam.
I don't do hit it and quit it. But Hound is completely game to go with you.
Okay.
In conversations with her, she's doing pretty well. She did, in some ways, save your life back there when she threw the crucifix across the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did.
Oh gosh, your leg's still broke.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
That's 3
It's
weeks
a
to
little
heal.
splintered. That's why I was like, well, I know mechanically we're gonna heal up before Dracula, but I feel like, at
It
least
takes 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm also like pretty wounded too. I got shot in the gut.
With
I
that,
got first aided, but still.
Shot in the gut. Oh god. I
Shot
forgot.
in the gut, and you're too late.
here's
You
the way it
give
works.
vamps. Okay, sorry.
The athletics difficulty tests are simply +1 more difficulty to you because I'm figured it's you have a variety of stem cells, HGH, steroids, energy drinks, meat pies, whatever it takes to heal that leg. Sorry, Sharong's in the game.
Yeah, with miso broth.
Miso broth, cottage pies. Yeah, uses Zweihander as a crutch. Yeah, and it's one of those.
Pros nodding.
Yeah. It's one of those things. I mean, shoot, I saw Hoist Gracie fight 90 minutes with a broken leg in Japan. So, It was not a pretty fight. Yeah, it's simply athletics tests are a little harder, and also kind of foreshadowing any athletics checks you have here. There's a chance to piggyback where you all will be able to help each other out. The more athletic personnel will be able to assist the others.
Isn't our most athletic Daquan?
Like
Daquan's
Andre the
most,
Giant
and I'm pretty athletic, so.
Yeah.
Grot, not
Elvis
to
is
fish
strong.
for this, but do we get any experience for this mission?
Oh, you should read the Discord where we
Yeah,
say
it's
these
like,
things.
we got one.
Sean. You get one.
Oh,
All of your pools are
Yeah.
refreshed, and you get one.
Okay, thanks.
I'm gonna up my. Can I up my hit counter?
Yes.
Oh,
Again.
that's smart.
I'm gonna do that.
That's smart.
And for those that watched the prep stream today, you know why they are pros upping the hit counter, because we went over those rules today.
Ooh.
How many can Daquan lose before it's... No.
Yeah, I'm gonna up my health.
was worried
as well.
about it.
That is smart.
All right.
Just because, like, some of these folks hit really hard.
Yeah. And
No, I'm not gonna up my health. That's not gonna. It's one health isn't gonna do much. I'm gonna up.
So-
I just
Alright, keep going.
The battle wagon can take up to 6 people. So if you were to bring 3 individuals with you,
Okay.
and first you need to figure out where you're going. So this is what you would learn from Hound. Hound knows through her use of criminology that there are a number of killings occurring across the Romanian countryside, and there is a line of murders. They're just finding bodies of dead people, drained of blood, bite wounds and necks, leading to a national park.
So that's
Okay.
where we're. That's probably where the let's say penitent, but not penitent, wounded, escaped Big D is heading. I was telling my husband today we're gonna fight the Big D, and he's like, "What?" It was great. So yeah, we should try and follow that trail and.
Yeah, I mean, when
Yeah.
the Hound expresses like, this is the research, this is where we've tracked him, I am GC's not happy about that. Like, are you fucking kidding me? This coward is gonna go to a national park and just slay along the way to try and recover after all this time.
Slay along the way.
where is it? Where is this park?
It is in the Carpathian Mountains, which you've been to before. The Skolomance was there. That's very far away from where this park is. The park itself, as I checked my
I
notes,
might have some ideas.
yes, the park itself is known as the Kalamani National Park, and you would know through. Does anyone have human terrain they want to spend?
Yeah, I'll do that. I like terraining some humans.
Mm,
Wait, do I have human terrain?
I think
Yes, I have
I-
1 point. I'm gonna
Okay.
spend that 1 point.
All right.
Okay.
This is what you know about the national park. It is currently closed off to the public. The government shut it down earlier this week. About the same time, there was a international global news stories about a missile strike in Romania.
Right.
There's an oil company, a petroleum company, saying, no, it wasn't missiles. We were doing some excavation, and there was
Oh,
an
the
accident."
the same petroleum company that punky dyke chick who we didn't get to talk too much. I was sad,
No,
but
yeah.
was protesting. Yeah.
So here's my plan, and I'm
Okay.
gonna spitball it here. We have the Hound, who's like international police woman. All right, we have her do a exercise, state that it's a training exercise, a military training exercise going on. So when people hear gunshots and screams, it's a training exercise.
Smart.
While people are on the ground, I get an attack helicopter, and I will help back up everyone.
You're good at pilot.
Yes.
It's gonna be
yes,
very hard to
yes.
get. It's gonna be hard to get an attack helicopter right now, only because you've used several of them. They haven't always survived.
Right.
Do you have any contacts? We have a lot of points left. We can burn them.
I do. I
Get
have
some more
lots of
twinks.
work.
Get some more twinks.
Even if I have to
Just-
drive a battle Humvee. I just wanna
You have a battle Humvee.
go in hard.
That's
Yeah,
sort of
our
you
battle
have the attack
van is
video.
our cool.
Yeah. But you would need to decide 3 folks that you want to take with you from your NPC allies. Each of you can choose one, or you can decide amongst yourselves.
Mehmet, no.
I know a lot about the architecture.
Okay, we're definitely taking Hound, right? Because we like the drama with Chess.
Yeah, Hound just kind of
Hound
looks
would
over.
be
It's like,
useful.
are you actually are you do you actually?
I'll
want-"
take you anywhere if we fucking slay the vampire, okay?
She cracks her knuckles.
We
She's
should
in.
take Elvis because he has faced Dracula and
Wait.
like
Elvis is
Orlok?
currently kicking.
I was
I
gonna say.
forgot to ask you all about Orlok.
I was like,
yeah,
where,
we're taking.
where's our vampire
should
dead?
take-
Orlok can fit in the coffin in the back because it's like there is a spot for one in there.
Yeah, so if we have 3 NPCs plus Orlok, we should take Hound because of drama. I think we should take Elvis because of the carvings on his back, and we should give him, catharsis to like kill whatever. And who do you think, Pro, we should take as a 3rd person? We're not taking the unnamed woman. Never.
Sorry,
Unnameable
Chet's
woman, no.
like Mehmet and Margot. Bring
I mean,
them.
we're talking
No.
drama
No.
here.
I
No.
think someone needs some practical experience.
That's the less fun drama. The more fun drama is Hound.
She threw you with her yellow belt in judo. It was great.
I think the demolition expert could be helpful. Set
Fort?
some traps. Mm-hmm.
Fort would be willing to go.
Oh, Fort. Okay.
Well,
So,
yeah, 'cause-
so if we do Hound, Fort, and what do we say? And Elvis, what do we think
Yeah.
about that?
That seems like a killer triad.
I love how this is like Dragon Age. Like, okay, we're going into our final thing. Choose your party
How are our
members.
relationships? How's our
Yeah,
synergy?
yeah,
Have we
exactly.
banged everyone yet?
yeah. Have you had sex with all the possible NPCs?
I know. Hound's like, I wouldn't be so lucky.
Yeah, stack our team with dukes.
Yeah.
All right.
I also have a plan as well because they seem to move quite quickly and Dracula seems to move quite quickly. What do you think about like moving, like luring Dracula if we can to an area that we've already set up?
Yeah,
So
because we
that-
have his blood.
Yeah, so like maybe movement and his like responses are hindered through devices
Yeah.
that we may set up.
Yeah, because we have Lucy blood, which is gonna be a lure for him, right? Which is what she said. She said,
Mhm.
"Take some blood. It'll like lure him because I'm his object of ultimate obsession." And then we have his son, who we can also use.
You can bring
Mhm.
Orlok.
Yeah.
There is literally in the book, it explains there is a vampire transportation coffin in the back. You'd have to go pick him up.
Yeah, we should go pick him up. Yeah, because
Yeah.
what country is he in?
He's in
He's
Germany.
in England. Oh, he's in
Yeah.
Germany, right?
During
He's
our
with
heels,
this-
Right,
He's in the
we're doing our quick
basement.
road trip.
right. We're surrounded by the UV guns. Yeah. I remember.
It's on the way. So, yeah, we can say that you're going through. If you do pick up Orlok, the security guards there, you catch him. He's there living at his.
Oh, the cool one, the one who likes
Yeah,
us.
he was Herr Folker, I think was his name, and he's just like, hey, and he's just like celebration. He's hip too, right? Like he has all of his pride flags on the wall. He's got some Dracula stuff. He's watching a
introduced him
Utopia stream on Twitch, and like he's like, yeah, I'll donate bits, and then he's like, oh, there's a vampire in my basement. And then everyone lugs out that like 600-pound coffin that Orlok's
right.
in.
Well, we should introduce him to Jisoo because Jisoo has not the pleasure yet.
Okay.
But yeah, because I think you were in England when we were in Germany, I think.
Correct.
So yeah, okay. We're gonna take him off your hands now. What did we tell him? We told him we were like Interpol or something, right?
You did, yeah.
So we're gonna take him to Interpol.
We're gonna take him to an Interpol prison.
He looks.
It's called a
It's a
portal.
super official place.
He looks at Untall, and he goes, "Oh, one thing," and he pulls out like an old worn book. It's like burgundy and covered, and yeah, and he goes, "Here," and he hands it to you. it's a book of grim fairy tales. He goes, I read to him each night. He likes it. Yeah, and there's no other significance other than the security guard
Cinnamon
reads.
roll.
Yeah.
No, this is the Sharug face, but of course Antal is like poker face. Antal's like, thank you so much.
Daquan's just like,
The fuck you mean? Fairy tales.
the fuck?
The mom calls out the back, offer them some schnitzel for the road, and it's like, the schnitzel, and they bring out all the
Oh my
schnitzel.
God, I love schnitzel.
I will take the
Yes,
schnitzel.
I will accept.
You are correct, chat. Those fairy tales are dark.
Love pounding some meat. Get
Let the
that
children,
schnitzel.
let the children be devoured once more. And yeah, I love the ending of those German fairy tales too. On a quick aside, and those that did not die are still alive today. It's like the ending of the
Yeah.
And then all right, so you're good, and now you can start heading down the mountain trail. So it looks
What
like
does this vehicle look like, Grunt?
it is a large black Humvee. It is armored on the side. There is a gun turret on top. You have big old wheels with chromes, and it has the world's best sound system. And since Elvis is in the car, he's punched in Best of Bass 1992. So it's just like if you're at the skate ring, it's just boom.
But if
hits a button, turns on his black lights. He's like, so.
But if Daquan's driving, because he's our driver, I'm gonna sit next to him and I'm gonna take charge of music. And I had never thought of what Antal likes, but I have now decided that Antal's like guilty pleasure is like Spice Girls that he learned to like while at Oxford.
This entire campaign is
tell me what you
absolutely
want, what you really
torturing
want.
Pro.
Yeah. Like Antal's like we're gonna go into battle. I've been pretending. I've been not absorbing my favorite music for weeks, but we're gonna go into battle. I need to psych myself up. So like, I'll tell you what you want, what I really, really want. I'll tell you what you want.
I'll inject one of my favorites. It's an EDM remix of Spice Girls. And
Yes!
slips it into the playlist.
Yeah, I look at Jess and I'm like, huh.
Daquan's just muttering to themselves, don't murder everyone, don't murder everyone.
Warlock's eyes open in the back, and he's like, weeps single vampire tear.
Tear. He's like Le Chiffre, right? Like a blood tear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Black like a serpent. Yeah, I've been reading the book.
Quick aside, did we take any time to rest? Have we refreshed anything?
Everyone is refreshed all the way
everything's-
and got the XP.
yeah.
Okay, good, God.
Yeah, I gave my 1 XP to athletics.
And also, no, it hasn't been enough time. But essentially, you've go ahead and spend any XP however you'd like to spend it. Refresh those pools. Is there anything else you want to do to prepare? Father Sebastian's making his way to the park.
Right?
Yeah, you have some of those.
I think we picked up some of the wild roses and garlic and
you have that
stuff,
stuff.
right?
Everything's in the Humvee. So you have wild roses
great.
in the Humvee. You have modern crossbows that fire stakes. You have they have the UV light on them, so you can kind of shine and shoot.
Oh, cool.
Silver guns.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have weaponry. Anything else we need to prep for, you guys?
Our minds. That's it.
Maybe Jisoo, do you want to do some satellite imaging of the park?
I can. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Let's
Satellite imagery. There is a snowstorm above it. It is August.
Oh, well, good to know. That
Many of the roads,
Sneaky bastard.
many of the
Oh,
roads
some
are
warm
closed
clothing.
and blocked.
Seeing as how it is a snowstorm, I'm gonna remember the book, and I'm gonna try and use the blue light to go through the snowstorm, because that's what they were using when they were first traveling through the snowstorm, heading to Dracula's castle.
It won't cause all the snow to depart because there's like heaps and heaps, like many feet on the ground. However, you will be able to drive. So it's going to be a driving difficulty test 6 to get through the snow and the winding roads of the Carpathian Mountains. But it'll lead you to the park. You can see massive signs that says it's closed and it's shut down.
All right, I'm gonna use 4 points.
Hairpin turns on a battle Humvee in the mountains. No big deal.
Oh, I'll do it. Yeah.
Easily. See that? It's on my face. Sorry.
Can we have like a feels touching scene before we get into the
Emotional touching.
100%.
Right?
You're on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I
Now we're going
I'm
straight
gonna,
to hate fucking. Sorry.
I'm gonna, lol.
Wrong campaign.
I'm gonna unseat belt, like I'm in the front, and I'm gonna flip into the back, literally flip because I'm actually.
Hell yes.
I just picked another athletics point, right? And I'm gonna sit beside Jisoo, and I am going to look at her, and I'm bad at giving my feelings, so I'm gonna mask that by asking about her feelings. I'm like, how are you feeling? Are you nervous? Are you scared? How are you feeling about this?
I'm feeling like I never want to go on a field mission ever again.
And I look at her and I'm like, it is not easy for me to trust people, but I want to tell you that I trust you.
It's gonna. Ooh, you might see a tear shine in GC's eyes because she's been driven this entire time in finding Colette, and then having this finale of like Colette. I'm looking at Antal. I'm like, that means a lot. We've been through so fucking much. This isn't revenge at this point. I just need closure. I need this to not happen to other people again. I believe that you're fucking strong, Antal.
And I turn, right? I look out the window. And so Antal, remember, his whole drive has been, we need to stop this, right? So after this is done, he doesn't actually know, right? Daquan and him had a moment where Antal's like, I don't know what I'm going to do after this, right? And so he does it. So he turns and he remembers what happened, a few days ago where you broke your leg and we nearly died and stuff, right? So he's like, I will be as strong as I need to be. And he's thinking in his head, he's like, if I need to like die to kill Dracula, I'm going to die to kill Dracula. And you see like for an instant, like his hair and the outline like blur mist slightly as he's like prepping that, because he knows using that too much can also kill him. But he's like, you know what? Gonna happen.
Go all out, right?
Yeah.
No.
Guns blazing.
Jisoo won't say anything, but Heart of Hearts absolutely understands where Antal is coming from in that aspect. So. And
then Antal calls out to the front seat and like, Daquan, you're cool too.
Daquan, like as we stop like a certain distance away from where we were going, we'll just kind of look back and just say, yeah.
Listen, you're too fucking cool, okay? And you still owe me a coffee date. Even though I never said it out loud.
Are you saying it out loud now?
I am.
Elvis turns his head from his Animal Crossing he's playing on his Switch. Yeah, he's just like, they're a fun group to fort. And she's like, fun group. Alan's just kind of in the back looking at the casket that holds Orlok. Like, if that thing opens and Orlok turns on us, who knows?
Bitch!
I think there's also like another scene as well. Daquan is like, has got so many weapons on them. They've got like
you're like Neo, right?
Yeah, they've got like phosphorus grenades that are filled with flecks of silver. They're like so many guns on them. They've got like a machete on them, and they look towards like Jisoo as they're like strapping up as well. As I was kind of strapping up, and they just kind of walk over to you and just say, "So, tell me you're frosty. Tell me it's good."
Sorry, repeat that. I fucking ruined it. I couldn't. No. Your luscious tones didn't process.
He says, so tell me you're frosty. Tell me you're good.
I'm ice cold, BB. I'm fine. I'm fucking fine. Like, what else are we gonna do?
and I turn. I'm like, we have killed mercenaries. We have attacked Renfields. We have chopped fingers off of half vampires. We have been fucking mind controlled by how many brides? We can do this.
I'm down to add another vampire to my list.
Yeah,
The
you've
vampire.
killed 2 vampires. Jisoo and I have been mind controlled by God knows how many. I have been nearly struck by lightning and possessed by rats. Like, come at me, bro.
And then just before we part, Daquan just says, I know this great Turkish coffee shop. It's right by the beach.
Yeah. Sounds real perfect. We're gonna make it there, right?
Of course. Who else am I gonna have in my ear telling me off? And he walks away.
Aww. That was so sweet. And I turned to Jisoo and I'm like, let me know beforehand. I'll scope out if the Turkish coffee is actually good.
Oh, totally. Totally need to verify that.
I don't want to ruin the moment. I waited till the end
Secretly.
to ruin the moment.
That was good.
And of course, I say that wryly because Untitled does not expect to survive this, but you know.
So,
Oh, this is so exciting, you guys!
you enter the Kalamani National Park driving through the snow. All roads lead to a single location. There is a single large park ranger's office. It has lights on inside, but this is the only point on the way. You can see there's mountains in the distance, but this is where all points lead as a center nexus. Would you like to investigate, or would you like to stumble through the park?
Informed, I think, right?
Yeah, why wouldn't we? Let's
Yeah.
fucking go.
Investigate.
What do we want to spend?
Urban. So, what was it? Is it no? What was it? Outdoor survival.
Your
Not my
outdoor
forte.
survival reveals to you, in the mist and in the snows along the banks, you can see the forms and shapes of creatures. Some look like large, hairless panthers. The others look like tall, thin people that every now and then appear in the mist and then disappear. The terrain itself here is extremely inhospitable. You know that the elements themselves are deeply below freezing, and to ascend up a mountain into elevation is to flirt with the death zone itself. It will a climb up the mountains would push you to your limits. Dracula might be hiding lower than that, though. However, currently, there's no sign of him because the trail of death led to this spot and no further.
Should we do the thing that Daquan suggested and try and set up camp and try and lure him with his with Lucy's blood and things like that?
Those of you that know vampirology know that a little bit of Lucy blood's probably not going to lure him out. He survived being shot by Hellfire ballistic missiles. He's not going to come out for a little
He's not an
snack.
idiot, yeah.
He has someplace else he's headed.
Okay.
And you might be able to get a little bit of information about that. Let's see.
Tradecraft?
Yeah, I was gonna say, right, reading the dossier, does this place have any significance? Is this like one of his safe hold places?
It's not often mentioned in anything you've read. However, I can tell you this much. There's someone inside that you've met before that knows a few things. You recognize a car outside the post. The license plate is a vanity plate that says, it's Colin in chat. It says, "Cool guy."
Oh no!
It's not Mimit. It would be great if it was
Okay.
Mimit chat.
No, Mehmet would piss his pants if he was here. It's fine. Oh gosh, do I know this?
It's a British vehicle.
The Gandalf?
Is it the
Not
cult leader?
Get off stage.
Damn straight it is. That car belongs to Osman.
Yes! Seduce him
I was
again.
wondering if he is coming back.
He was great.
Yeah.
Remember they
This
shoved him out of
fucker.
his put into the bathtub and saved his life?
Yeah.
Okay,
Back
we
then,
should-
was he possessed by Dracula?
No,
at that
he just
moment?
did a ritual, and then we saw like red-eyed birds and bees.
Dracula
beasts.
spoke.
Rats running around.
Dracula
Yeah.
spoke through him and had eyes on you. It was Dracula that spoke Jisu's name, not Osman.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was
Okay.
like, okay. All right. I'm gonna go
God, yeah.
put him in a chokehold. No.
Okay. If you open the door, you see that there's about 6 individuals. They're all wearing cheap suits, like the kind you'd find from a Men's Warehouse in the United States. They're all a little portly. They've been eating extra helpings of cottage pie, but it probably helps with the cold weather. But seeing how it's the middle of summer, they probably should be dining a little better.
Hope there's miso in there.
There's a tall older thin man who's pacing about the room, and then there is a shorter, less attractive, fidgety fellow with a bad comb over who you recognize as Osman, the cult leader. As the door opens and they see you, Osman audibly gasps and like kind of reaches for things, but he has nothing to defend himself. He's like, yeah.
And
Then he seems really confused when you're followed by Elvis, Hound, and Fort.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're pointing crossbows with UV laser guiding on them. We're like,
I
So
just
you're coming
opened
in
the door
weapons.
casually, and
I was gonna say if you're coming in weapons drawn,
I'm leading
that
the
might change
pack.
things.
I'm gonna open the door, and I just come in casually. I'm like, remember me?
My darling, I've dreamed of you every night since then. And then like the tall thin man just like slaps him across the head. Then he goes, "Yes, I remember you."
Where is he?
That is difficult to say. He has retreated up into the great secret places of this world. He is there within the mountains, and is not one to be discovered by individuals such as yourselves.
I took one in bullshit detector.
Here's what you know.
Mm-hmm.
None of these guys know where it is, but there's someone else who is not on site, probably someone they're waiting for. There is, you can see, a single ranger assigned to this outpost. They are probably very concerned because of the sudden snowstorm and went off on an emergency thing. These guys couldn't have been here that long.
Okay. I look at him and nod. So why are you here? If you don't know where he is, who are you waiting for?
The tall, thin man says, "We're here to make sure that the master recovers, and that there are no ifs, ands, or buts."
Aren't you tired of him taking control of you, your families, the things you care about?
The master has offered me a chance for eternal life and to never walk in shadows. At that point, like, he's kind of gesturing. Hound shoots him, so, like, his arm sticks to the wall. Like, it just pierces through. And then she's... Yeah. And,
Hound
like...
comes in, she's like, fuck you, I killed someone who did that hundreds of years ago. Fell for that shtick.
Yeah, and, the other, like, portly fellows, they kind of look like... You ever see someone, like, almost get up to help you, then it's like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna stay here and eat my pies? Like, they're like, yeah, Yeah, because the cycle looks around.
It's
I mean,
good cottage pie. So
great cottage pie. Yeah, and like he shrieks out, and then she goes, "Who are you waiting for?" And Osmond goes, "Diana Silviasi, ranger. Want to make sure that the mountain's safe for the master," he says all weaselly like. He turned into John Lovett suddenly. Hey!
That was a good voice. That was a good voice.
So, Hound's like, anyone else that wants to question them or do with them?
Is this person human?
Yes, she has not met us, and she does not know who we are affiliated with. She's lived here since she was a child, and her dream was to serve the natural world and beautify Romania. Little has she known that she has been safeguarding the Master's private sanctum for many years now.
That's fucked up.
That's really sad. All she wanted to do was be an environmentalist, and she ended up being a vampire guard.
Does Dracula seem to have a particular interest in this human?
In what way are you asking them? Do you have any social skills, or do any of you have any social skills that would add to this?
I do.
Because that might change how he answers.
Interrogation 2.
Okay. Osmond says, "Not that I know of." And then the thin man whose arm's against the wall, he says, Dracula taunts her family line, and this is just another in a long line of humiliations. They were Ruvari Gigani once, but they broke off from the rest of their people.
So,
Come on. Y'all are better than this. You can't fall for the he'll turn you into a vampire. And if being a vampire is what you really want, that's the sweet release of life that you desire, we have a vampire on our side.
Is anyone going to go open up Orlok?
1 point flattery. I mean, we're not going to turn him now. We're just doing the same thing. We promised you a happy
yeah, we
life.
can show them the casket, yeah.
You start to recognize the face of the tall, thin man. You've seen him on TV around in Romania. Like, this is a government official.
Oh, we might even have briefly spotted him at the geological center or something.
Not there, but it's someone whose names you would have seen in the papers and
Nice.
in any memos or documents that you collected from like the excavation site. He's the one that approved the dig. His name is Bela Lupescu. You would know. He is a big wig.
And yeah, while we're doing all that research, that name would have come up and stuff. Yeah.
From the Earth physics space?
No, this guy is a minister of the parks.
Dave's the dig site for the where I got
Romanian monastery, yeah.
Okay.
Where you killed one of Dracula's brides.
She was a bride, the sorceress?
Yeah, not the sorceress, but they had dug up a vampire.
In the coffin, right.
Yeah.
Where Jisoo poured holy water into it, right?
It's fine. We just
It was great.
corrupted it.
We've killed 3 brides. Look at us.
Your bride
How
killers.
many are there? Oh, so sorry. Their lives were held.
Hound looks at Fort, and they just kind of look at the portly guys, and you see them like snap, and they just like start like handcuffing them all like together, just like in a link. They're all gonna be stuck. That's just kind of like backs out, put them in a circle, just get them cuffed.
These weebs.
They're very interested that the flattery. They're like, you have a vampire. There's another one we could serve. Osmond's like,
God.
what other vampire?
Dracula's son.
Dracula doesn't have a son.
Clearly,
Then the psychic
he didn't trust you enough to tell you.
No,
all
the
these
psychic
things.
goes, Prof Orlok? Like, looks disgusted.
Like he's a very famous film star.
Yeah, don't look like that. It's not about the looks, it's about the power. It's not like you'll look like that. Come on now. Don't be
Be an
ignorant.
improvement for him, says Hound. Put down.
Well, what's
Stop.
your life?
Sassy Hound.
This woman, is she any of her family werewolves since they're part of the Ravani?
She lives alone. She has been here since she was 16. She's early 40s now, 42, 43.
Okay. So I think we should just be in this van waiting for her. Right? Like in
Poor
their
Orlok.
van. We should wait in their van, wait for her, and then ask her to take us to.
Do you want to run them off the site, or do you want to allow them to stay here?
Oh yeah, I turn to the others. What should we do with these bozos?
They realize you have them outgunned.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they're scared of you all.
Honestly, your best bet is just hang out. Don't die. But also, don't even try to go against us.
Elvis comes running in through the door with a package. He goes, I got an idea to keep them busy. They're all cuffed, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you see him throw a package and a twister board lands on the ground. And he's like, play some games. They're games! And like,
Our little gamer boy.
there's also DOS Settlers. It's Orlok's favorite. Get used to it. Yeah, so Elvis kind of throws that out. If there's no other questions you have for them, Diana would show up in about an hour.
Okay, yeah, we should wait
Little
for
Jeep.
her. And
no
if
way.
necessary, I can pull my MOS and disguise, but if needed. So
She
one
wouldn't
of you should-
recognize any of you.
Oh
In
yeah,
fact-
she
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
know
like
anyone,
she's
so-
ignorant, right?
Yeah,
so
we
like,
could just
whatevs.
say yeah. Okay, so if she arrives, who wants to take point talking to her?
She hasn't even learned that Castle Dracula has been destroyed yet.
Right.
Like, she's like a ranger out there in the wilds.
Oh, she's
alone.
like literally a hermit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, who should talk to her? I think Jisoo, because Jisoo has the vampirology.
True. I do have
Mhm.
vampirology and occult studies. So,
So
like,
it's
what are we telling her the truth?
Oh, her
so-
family is insulted, right? Sorry, Pro.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I think maybe we could, because she's all about like trying to save the environment and things like that. We could say that we are sent here by the Romanian government to test and examine the effects of this sudden snowstorm on the current ecosystem in the area that is higher up in the mountain.
Mm-hmm. And so, I thought we were gonna ask her to lead us to Dracula.
She doesn't know about it though.
So here's what you would have gotten from the flattery, and the cult leader would have told you, the psychic Osmond. There is a waterfall here that is known to be the gate to Dracula's sanctum. It is known as the Dracula Moriali. And if you go up there, that is most likely where you will find Dracula. But it is a treacherous path through the mountains to get there. And at that point, a jeep does pull up and is not prepared for so many visitors. And a woman, aged about 41, braided blonde hair
What a
with
cutie.
streaks of silver, light blue eyes. And she comes in and she's just like, goodness gracious, the roads must be closed and you are far, far from any cities. She seems shocked to see so many men chained up on a twister board, though, and she's like, eh?
Strange times. Strange times. I mean, look at this snowstorm, right?
Gotta keep warm in a cabin.
I love how we're clearly telling her a load of bull with people chained up beside us. But I gotta stay warm in our cabin, strange time. And she's like, you have 5 chained up men. Okay.
Don't
She-
kink shame me.
That's kind of the thing where they're like, well, these Americans.
Lol. Jisoo, you're American, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am
like,
the
these
American, and yeah,
I'm
the
like,
dirty.
yeah,
American.
exactly. You're the American. Yeah, you were the only American out of all of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
I look at her and I'm like, "Are you safe?"
Yeah, I was just clearing out the roads and making sure that no cars had gone running off and that people were okay. And I was just doing checking the points, and I
And
almost feel like I'm interrupting something, but this is my home.
And I say, we would like to acquire your help, if you may. We have heard that you're knowledgeable about the wilderness here, and we would like to acquire your services as a guide
Oh,
right now.
do you have any? Does anyone have any reassurance?
I might. I do.
Hey.
I like have transitioned to my like almost like my Jordanian prince mode without the full disguise. but no, he wasn't nice. He was mean. Okay, another sort of compliment, a nice like, oh yeah, I'd like to use your help kind of thing.
All right, yeah, and she seems amiable. She goes, "Who will watch them?" So if you don't want these goons to escape, you can either murder them in cold blood, or you could feed them to Orlok. Orlok would eat them. He's like, but there's so many, and I'm not that hungry. Orlok, eat them.
He hasn't
They're
eaten
so
in a
big.
while.
Oh god.
They're full of tasty pies.
Okay, that's the thing. So Antal would have no qualms in just shooting them, most likely, because they're not good people and stuff. And he has this weird morality sense. He would be less keen on feeding them to a vampire, though.
You could also leave someone to watch them.
Yeah, Jisoo, what would you do?
Because you have Fort Elvis and Hound.
Yeah, because Antal would be like, I can just shoot them. But I turned to Jisoo and Daquan, I'm like, should I just shoot them?
What if we shoot one?
And and leave the others here?
The loser of Twister, Elvis says, sticking his head in, then backing it out.
Oh my god.
The Jisoo
Should we leave
games begin.
No,
Elvis would stay.
We should bring all our dukes with us, I think. We need all the help we can get.
Can we convince the ranger to hang out with these beefcakes?
The ranger has to guide
The ranger
us.
needs to guide you up the mountain.
Okay, I was like, show spam.
And I'm getting frustrated because, we've had this teary goodbye thing about this mission and now this annoying thing in the way. So I literally go up to one of them. Okay, I tried this. But I go up to one of them and I'm like, I could just kill them and I'd break one of their necks.
You kill one? You just break one of their necks?
Is that too much?
That's a bit. I don't know if you've ever walked up and murdered someone before. That's a lot.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Because
pull a green arrow,
you know
just snap.
You know what?
Neck.
Antal goes up to one person and puts his hand on his shoulders and says, "I could just kill them."
Yes, and then that's why they're all like, they don't like this. They feel like today was supposed to be Pie Day. We came here.
It was Pie Day. You ate pie. Now we have to babysit you, and you're kind of in our way.
At this point, if anyone has any network, Chicken Little could show up and watch them.
My God!
I was thinking, if you want them to stay,
just sled dogs bring them up.
I can set up because I'm guessing these people don't know much about any kind of militarized thing, at least not that much. I could set up a dud explosive and tell them to sit there and hold it.
Yeah,
otherwise they explode.
Just like put them in their van and be like, if you move or drop this, it will explode.
Mm-hmm.
This is great. Fort has like a timer on it. And it's like, and every now and then it's gonna like skip ahead a few hours just to mess with them. And be like, oh no!
It's not C4, it's like plasticine or something. Right?
Me and Fort just laughing at each other. Like, it's so stupid.
Water balloons.
That's a good. They'll keep them to stay here, and if we die and don't come back for them, they're gonna be dead anyway because Dracula will kill them. So it would make a difference. And if we don't die, we can come back and save them. Right?
All right. That's a good plan. So they're happy to do it. And like Lupescu says he'll make a deal with you. He'll watch them. He's not willing to go up that mountain because if he goes with you or he flees, it will not work well.
So they're in the cabin, and I think we make our way up.
Okay. It is going to be a very challenging trek up the mountain. So Diana leads you furthermore up the mountain. With a difficulty 3 preparedness check, you can see if you came here with mountain climbing gear, which will make some of the checks easier.
Yeah, we came with some cold gear because we saw that there was snowstorms.
Everyone would have cold gear, yes.
Right? Yeah, so mountain climbing. Who has I only have 2 points preparedness.
I have 5. I can easily. I'll check it away. Give me that gear, bruh!
Alright, you've got mountain climbing gear. Everything from
pikes and chains on my boots.
That's
and...
2 points you have to spend, right? Because with the one.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Thank you.
Yeah, and there's plenty of climbing gear here and stuff like that. So it's like she would have it because this is And you could have brought your own stuff as well. And you can see where the goons were going through some of the stuff and like trying to sabotage it in advance. But she's like, that's the cheap stuff we give to low-paying tourists. The good stuff's downstairs. It's all like elite, state-of-the-art.
I'm for some reason I'm imagining the like adorable shopkeeper in Frozen.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know, for some reason. Anyway.
Never seen that film.
Oh, it's pretty worth it, bro.
It's classic.
Real quick, did we determine, like, do we want to fill her in? She's technically in danger right now.
Right, and we know that her family hates Dracula, right?
But she hasn't.
She might not know that. She might just see his old superstitions.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Daquan is in favor of not doing it.
Yeah, in that case, I'll go with Daquan, yeah.
Just need to know. Just more questions.
Yeah. For a sec, I looked away to look at the character sheet, and I looked at Jess, and I'm like, you have a yellow tongue? What?
Could I, if possible, just as we're going, had met up with Dumisa, my friend, and gotten a second sample of the serum?
Yes.
Oh.
100%. 100% you would have some,
Nice.
and you would also have some from the tucked away in the vehicle.
Are we all gonna juice
Renfield
up?
syrup. I mean, I'm gonna miss stuff, so.
You are. That's true.
I'd run you through it.
It is now time to make it up the mountain. Who here has outdoor survival points remaining that they can spend?
Not me at all.
I
never.
We
I'm
didn't.
tall.
We're the city folk.
Yeah, I'm tall. I'm not an outdoorsy kind of person.
I'm the all-terrain.
Daquan was in the military before. I'm tall has always been an urban assassin.
Yeah.
So you're
I
lucky.
kill in every terrain.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is a question for the players. Out of the two of you, who does Diana take a greater liking to, as far as who looks like they need extra help, or which of you have
Jisoo's leg is still not fully healed.
Technically, yeah.
Oh, it would be that.
I
She'd be like, oh.
I got a pimp swag right now. I got a bit of a limp.
Start beating. All right. Yeah. So she's like, she sees, and then it's one of those things where she sees your sweater, and she's like, no, that will not do it. She brings you out this like really nice like family knit sweater that was like passed down, from Mima to Susu to Lolo, and then like they're like, oh, and then they're like, here for Jisoo, and then like it was just passed down from family to family to family, and then she bundles you up and a special scarf, and then like the nice gloves where you can still do finger work, and she's just like, all right, we've got you. So she spends her outdoor survival on you so that you don't take the same penalty Sharong's going to take, where every difficulty is +2 now, because it's just horrible weather. There are cold, deathly winds blowing down from the top of the mountain now.
Climb right behind Pro. Use Pro. Use
Human shield.
At this point, I have to ask.
Wait. You guys, do you think it'd be too much if I turn into mist?
That will touch your sanity, but
yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't turn. I don't know.
It doesn't imagine.
You want to turn into mist and below freezing temperatures? You turn into little throwing sickles.
Gosh.
Yeah. Okay.
Great idea, guys.
You could. In fact, that's one of those, like, if you got knocked off the mountain, you could, as you're falling, turn into mist and go back up.
I might do that. If I fall, then I might do that. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to be unhappy. Last week, it was Jisoo's turn to be unhappy with a broken leg. This week, it's my turn to be unhappy with bad weather.
So, my question is, what of Orlok? Orlok is still in the coffin and has not been awakened.
I think Daquan is hefting Orlok.
The whole coffin.
It's a
though?
600-pound coffin. You would need
Yeah, it's
folks
like
to help you.
stone. It's a stone.
Oh,
coffin.
you okay?
We'll have to wake him now.
You can make it happen. You can make a rig. Diana would have sleds because it's not uncommon to pull gear up. Like if you were setting
Yeah.
up,
Oh.
Yeah, 'cause we're going up. I'm not going across a ridge or anything.
Yeah.
you will
I
be
mean, I
going
can
across
spend-
ridges.
I can spend some wire rat abilities to whisk up like a little mountain bot that'll help pulley with the pulley system to kind of reduce the force of the 600-pound coffin going up the
Nice.
mountain.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Between you, Fort, and Elvis, and Hound, you got enough muscles in the group to just be like, up it goes.
It's not even my most intense workout.
Yeah, it's like,
Do you even lift, bruh?
set your personal best for your squat record with Orlok's coffin. Yeah, but you can lug it. That's a good idea. So if you have all of you, it will make things a little more difficult, but not like where it'd penalize your rolls. It's just you're lugging a coffin with a vampire in it up a mountain. So
Drops. Oh wow.
the first thing is there is going to be a very steep trail for everyone to go up. So it's a 5-point athletic test, and any of you can make it for and behalf the group. So it's not too difficult. In fact, this uses a variation of the rules called piggybacking and tag teaming. So you have a group of characters acting together, and then anyone can add to the pool of points. So it's not like each of you have to spend 5 points. It's just you have to put 5 athletic points, and then
So I have
a leader
10
can roll a die.
athletics. So
I
I
want-
can put extra.
So you are both the big, beefy combat, beautiful muscles. So I want you to go into the battle with as much. I have 5, so I can put in
That's
3 if we can't spend NPC points.
Okay.
The NPCs count for themselves in this situation.
Oh, okay.
That's fair. Yeah, I could. I don't foresee Broken Leg Jisoo doing a lot of heavy lifting in the combat.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh, I was
And
gonna
be
say
like ranged.
Yeah.
between
Go
the
ahead.
broken leg and Ontal's failure, it would end up being a 7 point.
Okay. So if you put 3 and Pro puts Daquan puts 1, 2, I can put 1, 2.
Yeah. Down for that.
Did you up it to 7 for this check because of our
It's
shenanigans?
because I don't
It's-
have mountain cold gear or whatever. That's fine.
You're yeah. So Ontal doesn't have outdoor survival, and there's only one ranger to help. There's only one Mima, Lolo, and Susu to. There's only one.
Lola Susu.
But
Okay.
your NPCs are fine. The Dukes made their checks. They're like, Orlok makes this easier. Huh.
Okay, so I'll spend a point of athletics.
Yeah.
You spend like 3 Jisoo, and then you can spend 1 Daquan.
I can do that. Yeah.
And Jisoo, you're on roll.
Okay. All right.
I believe.
Nice, 7.
You did it.
Just enough.
Slowly going up this
That was
steep trail.
Yeah, that was so much teamwork. Can I say we have a touching teamwork moment?
That was efficiency, right? Not too much effort. Just
Help
yeah,
each other,
touching
and I'm like,
teamwork.
we've been teammates for a while now,
Mhm.
and I'm like, foot there, blah blah, and then Pro, who's the actual outdoor survivalist, can like lead us, and
I'm like correcting you. It's like, no, your foot needs to go there.
yeah, and I'm like, why am I climbing mountains right now? I start cursing in Hungarian. Like
Nice.
I thought I'm totally fine going toe to toe with Big D. I don't want to climb a mountain.
Yeah. We didn't sign up for this.
And I'm chuntering under my breath in Romanian at this point.
Yeah, I understand that.
Like, yeah.
That's right. They got us hecked up.
At this
Hannah was
point,
like, "What
everyone got real for a second. No, it's like what? This point, Elvis, you notice he's kind of looking around and looks a little confused. In Jisoo, you still start to feel a pain in your broken leg. I need one of you to make a sense trouble test.
Oh, I have a lot of sense trouble. Jisoo, you and I have a lot of sense trouble, right? I have 8, so I'll spend it if you want.
I'll have 3.
Same.
I'm gonna spend. Oh, since you guys, I'm gonna spend 4 points.
All right. Roll.
And slash RD6. No, D6. No, that didn't work.
Use the buttons.
Use the button. That's a whole campaign tagline.
All right. That is.
I spent 4 points.
That is good enough. So you beat the 5 difficulty as you see the clouds part and a bolt of lightning aimed right for you shoot past you, hit a tree. The tree falls, but you're able to move out of the way as a massive oak crashes along the trail, rattling the ground, and those carrying Orlock are shook a little bit. That bolt had your name on it and failed to murder you on the spot.
And I'm like, rats didn't stop me. Dracula's lightning will not.
Yep. Not a coincidence, huh? That was not a coinky dink. Okay.
But I'm like, finally, because remember the last few months or whatever, thinking of those rats has been making Antal really upset each time. Now he's like, you know what? I survived those rats, bitches. I'm gonna survive this. He's
getting all that confidence.
Finale. Yeah.
Getting all that
nothing.
Well, maybe I will not survive, but I'll prevail. I could die, but I will prevail.
Oh my goodness. Please don't be reckless, Antal.
While carrying Orlock, there's an opportunity where you're going to have to go through a narrow trail. So this is for the Dukes and Daquan, who technically is a Duke. Their leader at this point.
I'm in charge.
I'm the new Lucy.
Yeah. You are Big D, Big Daquan.
I accept that wrong.
And at this point, you're going to have to walk with a sheer drop behind you. Your heels kind of hanging over the edge while pressing, bench pressing Orlock over your head with the other Dukes.
Oh God!
You and Fort are going to have to both make stability tests. So you can spend any points you'd like, and then you can roll. I'm not going to tell you what the difficulty is, but it is higher than dodging lightning.
And this is from athletics?
No, it's you have to spend points from your stability pool.
Ooh, okay. Okay, I have 7, so I'm gonna spend 3 points from stability. Let's have a look. 8.
That's great. Now let's see how Fort does. Good as well.
Nice.
As you're going across, you hear the voices on the wind calling your name. Daquan, jump. The ground is the cliff.
Dad?
Mr. French? No, Chief McLeod. Yes, so you resist the call.
Yes.
And at that point, you are coming to a large chasm. But even in the dark, there is light of some kind, as there ever is over snow. And it seemed as though through snow flurries, the wreaths of mist took shape of women with trailing garments. Flying in on the wind are 3 ladies.
Oh no, are they brides?
They are brides.
I don't like brides.
I hate this mountain climb. This is the worst hiking trip ever, y'all.
You know who's obsessed with brides?
Dracula.
No.
Orlock?
Coffin.
Oh,
Fucking
right!
go!
Open the coffin! Open the coffin!
All right, hold
We're
on.
not gonna
Obsessed with
control
Brian.
him, though.
He's just like, oh my god,
Yeah,
Brian.
he's like he
He
really
smells
wants to
them.
have
You
him.
hear him groaning in there. He's like, "Oh, delicious." So there's the brides,
He's really
dressed just like that,
thirsty.
and they are
It's been
flying on the
10,000
wind,
years.
and they are coming in, and they are calling out to you. And they said, would be a shame if they were to lose their footing or to get pulled in. And then, like, Hound's like, I'm sure there was a joke in there worth laughing about, but I didn't hear it. Did you hear it? Elvis was like, I didn't hear no jokes. But
Kind of
yes,
trailed off. It's really bad to hear.
yeah, you can set the coffin down and crack it open if you would like.
I would open the coffin now, where we can attack by 3 vampires.
Yeah.
Okay. Orlok's eyes open, and he's
Big
like,
horny man.
I'm fucking hungry. And he just leaps off the cliff at the brides and just grabs one of them by the ankles, and she's flying out over the chasm with Orlok having it. The 2 other brides are trying to devour him. You notice as they're biting, he's like dodging like a Super Saiyan, moving his head quickly, and he is like digging into them with his fangs. This is a terrifying sight. And there's just sort of like this horny whirlwind spinning off into the snowy chasm.
Yes, horny whirlwind!
Horny whirlwind. I was wondering in my prep, I was like, I wonder if the brides and Orlok, and I made a note. I was like, if they bring Orlok, there's probably going to be something there.
I mean, yeah.
They're just
That
trading
was-
in their
that was
husband
really
for a younger
smart.
model.
You hear screams of intense agony, pleasure, lust, desire in war, because, you know, these brides, Orlok is not actually Dracula's son. He was an invention by the Germans using vampire DNA. And the brides, as seductive as they are not loyal. They are rooted in infidelity.
Pro, good call on, because I'd forgotten that he was really into the brides. So good.
Yeah. He was weird and creepy.
I was
Very.
wondering if you took him to the HMS Proserpina, he was just going to be like, brides!
Glad we saved him.
Yeah, save him for the end. Yeah.
I'm curious.
He
I
would
had
have
to
been really
make a
into
note.
He would have been really into the bondage vine lady. I'm guessing.
Oh, yes, Alron. Oh,
Yeah.
well, they were cousins. They considered
Still,
themselves cousins.
He was probably yeah. He's a little bit different.
He's like, I'm from Alabama.
Mississippi, Missouri.
Sorry, Jess. You're the American.
I'm American.
It's
Oh
okay.
yeah, you're actually.
And I'm from the South.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Just grew up in Alabama. It's okay. Born in
Wait, really?
Texas. Yeah, I spent like 4 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Stars at night
Are
are big
big.
and bright. Deep in the
Deep
heart.
in the heart of Texas.
There we go.
Hmm
And the
You go to
two
a country
foreigners were
western
like
bar.
shaking our heads,
Yeah, they
bro.
were.
What is this? What is this?
All right. That's enough out of us. Well, y'all just solved the brides. That's great.
That was really fun. That was a good
Bye,
solution. That was a fun
Orlok.
solution.
I have no idea.
Tornado.
I'm curious what's going to come of that.
I know.
He just like retires. It's like, I'm done now.
So, you're coming up to the lip of the mill, and there's going to be a sheer outcrop. There's a long drop to the forest below, and at this point, and this is the final group test, failure means certain death. Your guide, Diana, tells you that this would happen. So, Sharung, after this group test, you can handle that, and we'll speak the eulogy of your character, because surely you'll fall. This is going to be because of Antal not handling the cold very well, and Jisu's broken leg. It's going to be a difficulty 8, and there's going to be a safeguard if you do fail here. You have to spend points from the group pool. I'm going to do it for the Dukes.
Hmm
What are we using for this?
It is athletics.
Okay.
God damn
I
it.
still have 9 points.
Okay.
I think I upped it with my experience.
Yeah.
I can, if people want, I can spend like 5 or something. I want some left for when we're
Am I
fighting.
able to help? Was it just them
It's
two?
it's our group.
It's a group
You can
one,
all
it's a
choose
group
to
one.
spend points. It could
Oh,
be one of
okay.
you spends all the points, and then one of you rolls the dice.
I can spend some. I have. Where's
It's
the
an
page?
8.
Yes.
Do you want to bring it down to 3 or more?
Well, more. I would say more. I can if I
I
spend
don't want to risk
3.
it.
Yeah, if I spend 3 and Daquan spends 3 and you can spend 1.
Okay,
Mhm.
I can do that.
Because I don't want us to be in bad shape when we face
Right.
Big D, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And me spending 3 is still pretty. I still have 6 left, right?
Yeah. I have 8. So.
Y'all are so muscly.
Yeah.
Heart and body.
Foreign. Okay, who's rolling the die? Not me.
Not you.
I'm bad at rolling dice.
Okay,
As in, I keep typing the wrong code in.
that's fair.
Jessica.
Okay. Fogando! Oh, Jesus.
How much did you miss it by?
Oh no, we got it exactly.
Yeah, we spent enough, right? We spent 7
We
total.
spent enough to always to get it. Yeah.
Good on you. Good on
We
you.
spent
'cause,
7 points.
all right.
we know what our dice are like.
As I said in a chat, there's been more dice rolling this episode with our postmodern dungeon crawl than the rest of the series combined. It's just like,
But that's true though.
but that's kind of nice because it's like building up to the climax.
Yeah.
It's your
Yeah.
fate. You're
Okay,
against the
I'm
elements.
gonna put my cottage
Do what you
pie
gotta
in the
do.
fridge.
And turn on your lights.
Oh right, good point.
I actually asked Sharang not to turn on the lights because Antal's been Dracula the entire campaign.
if Daquan can be a duke the entire time.
And it came down to who told me. It was like, oh, we could be double crossing, but Pro got to me first. And I'm like, no.
The moment I read that, I was just like, "Oh shit!"
The what?
Fortunately, yeah.
Yes.
The director's handbook tells you how to handle it. They go, maybe someone's a member of Edom, and maybe that's a secret, and maybe you have that in there. So Pro and I planned it, and we set it up pretty good in the side story where it's the one-on-one episode. I like those side stories. They're good. I like the group stories too.
Mm-hmm.
Original format of the show is going to be everyone gets solo episodes on Thursday
Yeah.
nights.
Yeah, we were gonna try. It was a little tough.
Yeah.
But honestly, Grant as a GM prep, that was way more useful for the audience. You had a core crew who loves you, needs to
Aw.
see this game and how to play it.
I
Yeah, and the
appreciate
run
it.
there, it was pretty good.
'Twas for the better in that aspect.
All right, so we need to pretend when Sharon comes back like one of you died, or one
I
of the
could hear
characters.
everything. You did. I have the speakers on.
I know.
My head, Jesus.
And I also couldn't resist taking another bite of this amazing
Nom, 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 nom.
cottage pie.
This
The
episode
foreign
is
pie.
sponsored-
Yeah, the foreign cottage pie. The I don't know, the paheli pie.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, take me away. We barely made it, more by force of will than by chance.
And by horny vampire.
Yeah. We'll be forever grateful by that scarring. Like, I'm gonna need at least 3 therapy sessions to get through that scene.
We're just like, oh god, oh, it's killing me.
It's so bad, I can't look away.
I love that.
Although-
There's that bit in Sandman, right, where the twin demons of agony and ecstasy take Coronzon away. So, and literally they fly in and take him away. So this actually was a very similar scene. Sorry.
So, with the no need to apologize. You have come to near the top of the Dracula Moriali, the ethereal waterfall. There are 3 massive waterfalls in this area, and you are coming right up to near the top, and the waterfall itself cascades over this. You're gonna have to cross the plateau, and Diana says there's a cave that should be the entrance to she's heard that there's a cave, so if she doesn't know that Dracula's up here, but she goes, if you rappel down the entrance to get inside this waterfall, this big one, the one that's supposedly forbidden, should be there. she's really like disturbed by this whole climb. It's like, why would individuals want to lug up a massive case? She's also like traumatized by seeing the Orlok bride thing, and she's like, no idea what that's all about. That was a jack-in-the-box and a half.
But we're like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Right, we're just
When you
doing a
get to
film.
higher altitudes and the snowstorms, sometimes your mind goes fuzzy and you see some things. It's okay.
Drugs.
We've drugged you.
Love that imagery. Daquan goes, drugs.
Drugs.
She
Cock several guns.
she gives kind of like a judging look, and she's just kind of like not like your behaviors, but just over the group of you all and the dukes.
Valid.
Yeah, and then she goes, I'm gonna tie the rope and I'm gonna test the rappel down, and then I'll meet you on the other side. So it'd go across the plateau, and then so she starts walking ahead of the group to mount a rope to rappel down, and then she'll make sure. So she'll be able
I'm
to
gonna
assist folks to
follow
come
her.
down. You can do that.
Yeah, please don't let her get murdered.
It's not why I'm following her.
Okay. Cool.
You go full on Darth Vader and just chuck Diana off the mountain and be like,
no.
she could have been a traitor. And
looked at me wrong.
Elvis too. Elvis is hiding something.
Captain Nita.
Apology accepted, Captain Edith. That's a great line.
That is a great line. I love that scene. In the movie.
All right, so Diana heads off ahead of the group with Daquan, and so she asks you to secure the rope, and she asks you, while you're tying, what's your favorite hitch knot to secure a rope?
Oh god.
And I'm gonna, because I have outdoor survival and I'm an outdoorsman. I'm gonna say it's like a militarized knot. Kind of giving away some of my military background.
Secret knot.
Secret knot. Top secret.
Gordian knot.
The one of those chastity knots.
Oh.
See if it's been untied by someone.
I don't know two shibari knots personally. But...
I was throwing out the. It's an old Fritz Lieber thing. It's like, has someone untied your knot? Only I know that's not. It's my secret knot. But now, yeah.
Why do you ask anyway?
Someone says we're tops. Oh, Antal's verse. Antal totally verse.
Well, she asks. She's like, because I'm going to need you to tie it while I rappel. And if you had set a knot that was not secure, you could not be trusted.
Have you been down here before?
Once when I was little.
And how was that experience?
Terrifying. It's colder up here than anywhere else. It smells bad. It stinks.
Well, only down there is death. If you follow us down there, you might not come back up. And I'm gonna just point to the various weapons on me, just being nonchalant. This is where it gets real. So, you notice her eyes are unflinching, as if she is in fact someone who has seen death herself, because the mountains are not kind to people, let alone those that climb them. And she nods, and then she repels. And then she asks if you're coming down. I'm guessing we have radios, right? I'm guessing some form of communication up here.
You would have it.
Yeah,
I would have tapped your ears. Come on now.
Just implanted that chip. I would form up and say, going on ahead, knot is done, come down as soon as you can, and I'm gonna follow it down.
All right, Daquan, as you're following her down, she draws a pistol and starts shooting at you as you come down.
Motherfucker!
So, you'll have a chance to act first. Your hit threshold is 4.
But she was evil.
Yeah, I knew it.
God damn it. This is why Daquan's around.
Boom.
Juicy's not
How
good
many
at
hit
reading
points do you
people.
have?
Do I do anything with sense trouble, sense danger?
There was another skill that could have been used to get her earlier, but it wasn't discussed.
Okay.
Yeah. It's something that I had been keeping track of. If a specific confluence of things happened, she would have been busted and probably yeeted off the mountain.
Tasty.
Yeet.
Tasty.
So I have 8 hit points.
Okay. And your
Wearing a
hit
vest,
threshold
if
is
that
4?
helps. Yeah, I'm wearing a vest if that helps. I don't know if that helps anything.
That'll help. So it'll reduce it. So 4 points of damage, and I need you to make an athletics check, difficulty 6. Otherwise, you're going to fall and take some more damage.
Okay. Difficulty 6. I'm gonna spend 3 points.
I'm imagining the visual of this, like
I do
You
it.
held on. You successfully repel down. Now, all of you hear the gunshot.
Can I
It's
react
seen.
anyway?
Oh, now you're down and you're safe. So it's your turn, and she's taking.
Yeah.
You see, she's taking position behind a rock, and she's firing from there.
So as she's like taking position behind a rock and she's shooting me, is there any chance as I'm like rappelling down, is there any angle I can get because I'm above her, or is she like entrenched down?
You know she's in a pretty safe hidey hole, but you could shoot at her from a higher position if you wanted.
I have an
It's
idea.
just hard.
Yeah.
Could we have? Could I do a preparedness and being like, when we first grabbed her, I like pricked her with a needle or something, and spend preparedness.
The question is, why would you have if you had every reason to trust her as a guide?
Yeah. Did we? That's the thing. Did we have a full reason to trust her? I
Well,
think so. Yeah.
you did.
Why would the bad guys
Also,
Oh.
you would have risked her dying on the climb up the mountain.
Yeah,
Because she's had to
which is
spend
not-
points too.
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But
So
with that
makes sense.
said, she's completely outnumbered. She doesn't have that many bullets. It's a small firearm. And you can tell that she's probably being compelled to do this beyond her will.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Of course.
Compromise. That's what I
Of
figured.
course. I didn't even
Yeah.
think of that because I haven't learned anything about vampires apparently.
I'm going to as I like rappel down, instead of like rappelling down, because we're on like a cliff, I'm going to instead do a wall run to see if I can run across as I'm like on the rope.
Titanfall bullshit
Yes.
over here.
And
Yes.
then just take out my magnum and try and shoot her in.
Is that a
the
cherry
shoulder.
or are you just doing a wall run?
Well, because I'm like rappelled down, right? I should be hooked
Oh,
in.
I see. Okay, I thought
So-
I was imagining like literally Matrix, like.
No.
Okay.
Instead of me going down to the ground, I'm still on like the rappel thing.
Right. That makes sense.
And I'm gonna try and shoot her in like the shoulder, so she like drops the weapon with
Okay.
my eagle.
She might not drop it, but if she gets hit, she would probably surrender. So go ahead and make a shooting. It's going to be a difficulty 6 to hit her.
Oh, because
Okay.
she's undercover. Yeah.
I'm gonna spend 4 points. I do it.
Boom.
Hell yes.
All right,
So
go ahead and roll
I-
d6 plus 1, or plus 2.
Yeah. All right. 3.
She's dropped her gun and she's, screams and, she's of her own mind attempting to give up, but she might be compelled to fight on.
As I'm like doing it, I'm like running across the wall, but I'm also running downwards. So I'm getting to the ground quicker. I'm gonna see if I can run over to her and like grab the weapon and put my
Got it.
boot in her wound.
Yeah. You see just like tears running down her face, and she's like, just rambling in Romanian right now.
I understand what she's saying. I'm gonna speak in Romanian, and I'm gonna say to her, "This is what we're here to stop. This invasive ambition needs to end here. And if you can't be trusted," I like point the gun to her face. "Tell me now. This will be a lot quicker than what he'll have done to you."
she looks at you and looks at the side of the cliff. And then she sits there, and and then she says, "Take the rope, tie your knot, and make sure I don't get out. Kill him, I'll be free."
Oh, but she knows she's compelled.
Well, she has a choice. She could commit suicide, get shot in the face, or take a gamble that you all succeed.
Right.
Sweet bean, come on. We gotta do it for the tour guide.
I'm gonna like pistol whip her and knock her out and tie her up.
Nice.
That's perfectly Daquad.
Yeah.
You'll be safe, yeah.
Hopefully she won't freeze. Just layer her jackets around her well.
It's really, it's very cold up here. It's one of those things, like if you brought any holy water or anything, I mean, it's popsicles now.
Holy popsicles!
Quick, lick this.
I love it.
Drive up to Dracula in an ice cream truck. Sir, would you like one of these? Oh, they look like little vampires.
Yeah.
Little crosses for the popsicle stick. Sorry.
Hey, if we could like turn them into ice and carve arrowheads out of the ice and then use the cross. Anyway.
Next level.
All right.
But yeah, I'm gonna message back and be like, "All clear down here. We were betrayed as we thought we might be, but it's settled."
Do you explain what happened to us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, gunfire? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, you hear that and you see that she's tied. She's just like weeping and in her cold weather gear, and she just keeps mumbling in Romanian that she's a traitor.
Poor
and
lady.
yeah.
This is one of the saddest storylines.
I wish that happened to Margot instead.
You have like stone face.
Yeah, and Hound turns to you and goes, "I wouldn't mind to be tied like that." And then, take some strong hands.
Thanks for my tying skill.
Interesting knot. Yeah, interesting knot. Yeah. Let's see. Share a few tricks. And with that, you have descended. There is, underneath the cascade of this waterfall, there is a cave opening in the wall in the cliffside of the mountain.
Could I take a few minutes to medic myself, if that's possible?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You can do a medic check, and it will be difficulty 3.
Want me
for
to
every
do
3,
it?
you get 2 points of HP back.
I'll just spend the 3 points in medic.
Okay.
Pretty cool. And then that's 2 points. Cool. I have 6 health now.
That's not bad.
What's
in
your
a
max?
dust campaign.
8. Oh.
You want me to medic you?
I've already spent the points. So
Everyone gathers around
I'm not gonna
Daquan and
use it
starts
much.
patching him up and just like,
It's like, no, get away from me. No, I'm edgy, get away.
I don't need your help.
But I have a PhD in chemistry.
Okay.
Elvis, Fort, and Hound look at the cave and they're like, how do we want to proceed? And it is dark in there. It is very much the depths and veins of the earth before us.
We should use some of that blue flame light lamps.
You can light them.
Yeah.
Good old Van Helsing. Come on.
Oh, I'm gonna just whisper into our communicative headset and just say we should have a passphrase just in case one of us gets taken over.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Wait. We have Swamp Thing. We have all those code. It has to be one of those like code word style.
Yeah.
Like. It should be a phrase, not a word. It should be like Richard of York gave battle in vain.
We're supposed to say that right before we get taken over.
No. If we're taken over and we cannot say that password, that we know that we're taken over.
Gotcha.
Can you drop that in chat? Because I don't want you to murder innocent NPCs when I butcher
know,
them.
right?
The Duke of Buckingham.
It's the mnemonic to remember the colors of the rainbow.
That wasn't the
Richard
one
of York.
I learned.
Roy G. Biv.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was like,
Richard,
Richard
of,
of
York
your.
Gave
Gave-
battle in vain.
gave battle in vain. I like that.
I learned today.
A man, a plan, a canal, Panama.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
forwards and backwards.
I'm
Nice.
for it. I'm for him. Did you ever learn that, Pro, or did you have a different?
No, I never learned that.
Okay. Sorry,
PIMDOS,
I'm
please
sorry.
excuse my dear Aunt
I
Sally.
was hearing that, I was like, what is this?
That's how you remember Rainbow, Richard of York.
I was
But
just like,
I'm
But
for him.
but that's what
oh,
I say.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. York of Richard veining in battle. Got it. I'm kidding. I'm clear of mind, clear of sight.
So, the entrance to this tunnel is only about as big enough for, like,
say
Orlok's
single
coffin
file.
probably would have a hard time getting in. It is definitely single file. One person goes in at a time, and it is black as death inside. Your blue flames would illuminate it, and you see that it is a low ceiling. It is roughly hewn rock and stone. And it looks like it goes deep, 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 about the length of a soccer field. Football for our foreign friends. Welcome back to Premier League.
No.
I'm gonna take out some night vision goggles.
They work.
What? Fancy.
But would the blue flame be better because also vampire deterring?
Both. You
Oh.
can have both.
Elvis is
Keep it
holding
away from my
his
face.
Android phone with the light on it, just kind of like, oh yeah, let's.
Why did we even bring Elvis? He's
I
such a
don't
dork.
know.
He's such a dork.
He's come so far from the
Low
hand
been
to hand
through
that
so
y'all had.
much. Just give it up on life.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
Gamer
he did get
bro.
horribly tortured by people and stuff. You know, let him live life now, I guess. You know.
So, you go down the length of that football field, and you come at the end of it. You are in a massive circular cavern. This is, roughly the size of 2 football fields. It's just like a massive circle. And before you, as your feet kind of come in, you notice your feet almost go over a ledge. Below you is still water, not moving at all. You cannot see how deep it goes, for it is dark as the night itself, only lacking in any stars. There are no light sources in here. It smells a briny, brimmy smell in here. And again, it's a circular cavern, so the same as I have my green screen behind me, and it just goes out hundreds of feet across, and there is a similar tunnel opening on the other side. For those of you that have night vision, and then the water itself does not move. For those of you who have vampirology, you understand that vampires don't cross running water. So
Great. Swale. Jesus staring at the water, and I'm like, I've got one of 2 options. Either I rig a low-powered machine to make waves in the water, or I rig a low-powered machine to send an electric charge through it.
Wouldn't that turn it into like hydrogen and oxygen? Like,
What?
Right. That's how you separate water into its components. I'm trying to see what are we trying
Oh,
to
like
do?
electrolysis? No, I'm just trying to send an electric current.
You wanna
through
make it
so
move?
It's like zippy zap. Well,
Oh, to make it electrical. I
yeah.
see.
Either
I see.
if there's things in, well, out of character, Jess is like fuck water, kill everything inside of it before I touch it.
So like, I see that. I like that idea of like passing some electricity through it to see if something reacts.
Fort
Yeah,
says
and you
she
said-
has a bomb.
Jesus Christ, Fort. Not yet. We have those explosives for later. Vampirology, you said vampires don't cross moving water?
Yeah, it'd have to be running like a river.
Oh, so they don't cross still water. So I don't want to move it then.
Or
I'm
they
sorry,
do
I
cross
misheard.
still water. They don't cross running water.
Okay.
Like if you're to blow out the walls in the cave. Now, to be fair, you are in caves and tunnels, so setting off explosives at this point would be very dangerous.
Right,
Yeah.
super risks.
Just do an electric current thing. That's a good idea.
If we do want to blow up, I do have architecture, so I would know how to like. I suggest like do it in a way that wouldn't be
Systemically,
Oh,
methodically.
yeah. You have architecture and geology, right?
I have a point in geology.
Right. I remember one
Yeah.
of us had some geology randomly. So
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, well, I would say do the electric current. It's less explosive, and it will still reveal what's in the water, maybe.
Yeah. I'm feeling a little sparky, Grant. Come on.
Pick a
Let me
All right.
juice the waters.
You do it. So
Pikachu,
it's one of those
Thunderbolt.
things where you send sparks across. As the sparks go across, you see the silhouettes of floating bodies. As the light
Oh.
crosses them, they are pale white. White are the ghosts.
Oh.
They are completely motionless, though. Your knowledge would be these are not living things, nor undead. They are deceased corpses being
Oh.
preserved by some
Yeah.
supernatural power so they don't bloat and fall apart.
Oh.
That's
An
that's
aesthetic
interesting.
choice. That's an
That's-
aesthetic choice someone made.
Yep.
Let me
Great.
have these undecayed
It was Osmond.
floating corpses.
I'll let you decorate one part of my underwater cavern cave. Floating dead corpses!
Fucking awesome.
Get them from Party City.
So at this point, this cavern is either we're climbing walls or we're swimming. Is that what I'm hearing right now?
Yes.
Okay.
And it
Can we? Is there anything to rig up a makeshift raft?
You could
I mean, short of lashing the
You have
corpses
stones?
together.
Ooh, you could make a corpse
God!
raft.
Oh my god!
You could make a corpse raft. That's all I could
Okay.
think of as well.
That's like, I'm like, is there anything around? But because I don't fancy swimming in that water.
No, I think there's gonna be things floating in it. I mean, we could. I mean, I'm trying to think of like we could have set anything up mechanically to have, but why would we set up a raft? So I don't think I would have set up a raft in this situation. It doesn't make any sense, right?
You might have an
Just to blow
inflatable
up
one in one
rafts.
of your
I was gonna
kits.
say.
Oh,
in
yeah,
our
we-
survival kits.
Yeah,
we should
we
have
could
It's
them.
a
have it
preparedness.
inflatable.
Preparedness 3, and I'll give you a raft.
Okay.
Because I actually have in my survival kit an inflatable raft where it's like,
I was gonna say,
Wow.
I'm like, this can't be that bad.
I have 2 points of preparedness, so I can spend both of them and we'll get a 3, right?
yep,
Okay, I'll do that. I'll spend my 2
Boom.
points of preparedness.
done. On tall. You can raft across.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's part of my disguise kit. Because one of my disguises is a world famous whitewater rafter or something.
The raft would
Oh my
hold. The raft. Oh gosh, you rafted between like across the Bering Strait or something. Like,
Yep, yep. One of my
I know.
disguises. No, that was one of my things. I got caught by an enemy agent once, and I rafted across the Bering Strait to escape.
That's great.
Okay,
So-
so
The
yeah.
raft holds 4.
Raft holds 4, so you're gonna have to take someone, leave folks behind.
Well, can we ask the other people to climb or swim?
That's so cool.
Fort goes. You know, it's not proper in spy etiquette to ask someone to do something you have never done yourself.
Okay. So I would say leave Fort back as our explosives person at the back, right?
You could
This is
Oh, we
you
can
could
go
do
back
2
to
trips.
rafting,
You're gonna
right?
do 2
Right.
trips, I think.
Great,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Yeah.
Like,
You're gonna have
you
someone
a
go,
du-
then they're gonna go
you
back
have
and
a
get the
chicken
others.
and a wolf and an axe.
Right,
and
that's
that-
what. Yeah,
that-
the
go
logic
back.
puzzle.
Yeah,
Yes.
Fine.
The chicken is gonna eat the axe. The axe is going to throttle the wolf or whatever. Right?
Elvis
the
throws
hound
it out.
will come with us,
Look.
and they'll come back.
Yeah,
We
Hound.
literally have a hound. There you go.
we just send someone back.
All
Okay,
right.
perfect.
Who are you taking with you?
Oh God. I said
Mm.
Elvis, but should we take the hound?
Take the hound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hit a hand.
All
Close
right.
quarters. Let's go.
All right, so you get in. The raft is very uneasy. You know, it's only maybe 3/4 of the way blown up. It doesn't seem to be doing well in these elements or these conditions. But it has no holes. It has been patched several times, though.
It is not a holy raft.
Oh. All right. At least it's not inner tubes, you know, like donuts across. You're going across the lake. I need a sense trouble check.
He's got it in us.
Still have a decent amount. I have 4 left. I don't know if anyone else wants to. Should I?
I've got 3.
Yeah, I have 3 as well. So
Why don't I use 3, and then we'll each have some left. I'll use 3.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll have 1 left. Wait, I'll try using this button. D6. Yes, I used it.
Nice.
And I got a 7.
7
Goodness.
is good enough.
Oh God.
So, there is, you see shadows coming up out of the water as
Knew
you
it.
raft past the floating
There's
corpses.
zombies. Oh
Good
no.
good thing we didn't swim.
Well,
Oof.
your old friends, an irradiated, rocky, stony
Oh, no!
hand comes up out of the
Damn
water
it.
and reaching for the side of the raft.
Grounded.
This is
too.
going to be a group check. 8
Yeah.
athletics, no penalties because you're not in the cold. You're in a warm lake, and the leg wouldn't matter to row past these guys because you notice there's
hate
2
these
of them in the
athletics
water.
checks. God damn these athletics.
Okay, good
checks.
thing I made a lot of athletics. But I have 6 points left. Should I use
Hound will give you
3?
3.
Oh, Hound give us 3. And if I use 1, and then each of you use 1.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just use 1 each. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm tapped out. Hopefully we have no more group checks or athletics.
I still have 5, so we'll be okay.
Yeah, I got 5.
Okay, do you want to roll, Daquan?
Sure.
Heart
Yeah.
of cards.
Got a 3.
What's the
I
total?
don't know what I thought it was.
3,
how much did
3
we
from
play in?
her, 1 from each of us, so that's 6, and then 3 from her. That's
9.
9.
9.
You did
Nice.
it! So you are
Nice.
outrunning the Cerniati. There's 2 of them, and they're reaching up. They're trying to grab the left. Now, they're slow, and they're too heavy to float, but they can just walk across the bottom of the lake and try to grab
Right.
you. Their irradiated dust kind of leaves a burn on the side of the
Oof.
raft and just kind of... Hound draws a pistol and just starts shooting into the water at them. It echoes
Ooh,
throughout the
wow.
cave. You can
well,
shoot
they-
these guys.
Oh, but the last time,
Varut did.
they were very tough. Yeah.
They are. It won't necessarily kill them, but yes. And you have made it across. Hound on the other side, like
You mean
looks at
not
you
Hound,
all,
someone else?
looks at the other side, and is like, "I'm not rowing back."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
So we yell. We should yell at them to be like, be ready.
You can see
Uh,
Elvis's little thumbs up from across. Then he shines a little
we're,
light
we're
on his
safe
hand.
on the shore, right?
You're safe on the
shore.
shore now. You have made it across.
Yeah.
And how far do you think we traveled from end to end?
You traveled about 400 feet.
God, that is far.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So with maybe some preparedness from the wire rat black beggar, I'm like, hey honey, oh pal, houndy gal, if I hand you this crossbow zipline thing, you guys could maybe slowly climb back for the water.
Like not repel. Like that would like
Right. Because, like, we could probably...
Hound looks at you. And she takes a look at your zipline thing. She takes it, and she shoots across the wall, and then feels it. It feels taut, and she starts tight roping across. And then,
That's hot.
yeah, she shoots another, and she makes it. And then she, sort of catwalks across. And then she whispers something to Fort. Fort nods, and then her and Elvis are kind of like using their arms to get across. They're trying to shimmy across. You see Hound pick up some devices that Fort dropped, jump into the dark water.
he's gonna blow up the.
Few moments pass, and you just see like
Oh my God.
explosions, and there is a tarantula. There is some fighting, and we're gonna roll a 6-sided die.
Oh my God, Hound! Oh my God, Hound!
Babe, come on.
Glad we brought her and not
Ooh.
Mehmet.
So, it's quiet for a bit, and then you see, after some time, and the water subsides. There's explosions. There's some shouting. Doggy paddling, kicking off of one of the albino bodies. Hound comes ashore.
Wait, she's
Looks
using
like
the body as a
garbage.
floating
As a
device?
floaty, yeah.
Wow.
She's breathing hard.
The only thing you would have seen at a Jisoo would be like a really like Arthur version of a clenched fist, and like the clenched jaw and the
Yes.
eyebrows, just like
Wow.
And
oh,
her left arm is completely broken now, though, and like
okay.
Oh,
But-
I wanna patch her up.
you can't fix the bone, but you can patch her up, and it will heal
Right,
some
that's
health.
Set it,
yeah.
right.
I don't care if it would like not have mechanical effect. I want to
Yeah, yeah.
use my field medics to do something. So what do I have to do? Do I have to spend 3 points?
Yes.
Like I only have 3 points. I'm spending all of them. Then.
Oh, Antal.
No, she's our ally now. I don't want her to like die of sepsis.
I've put together 3 different trainings on treating sepsis in my career.
Oh god.
All right. So what did you
Okay.
get?
7.
Ooh, you do a pretty good job too. You have the good stuff where you're like, look, this might not fix the bone, but and she's like, whew, high as a kite, but mentally
PhD
clear.
in chemistry.
Yeah. It's like, oh, thanks. It's one of those things too where I think like you know the good spot to push. You're like, look, you're in pain, but one of those like a muscle reactivation therapy, and she's like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm like this may pinch.
But it's a good pinch. All right. And after you patch Hound up, she hands the crossbow back to Jisoo. And with that, sachets up a sloping tunnel. And you, at this tunnel, the air starts to change here. It's getting very thick. It's getting hot, blood hot, hell hot. Breath of Gehenna, breath of hell style. And sulfurous fumes are coming in from all
These are
sides.
sulfurous, I know from my PhD in chemistry.
From your background in
Yes.
chemistry.
And it sounds like the stones of the entire mountain range, maybe the whole world, are rotating and grinding together, and this spot is a focal point of power as far as you can tell. All electronic devices, from the night vision to any gadgets we have, stop working in this
Oh,
place.
lovely.
Any watches break. Just they fail, and everyone is feeling
Even our
disconnected.
UV guns, then, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Damn it!
Good thing we brought those wooden crossbow things.
At this
Old school.
point, you see that the tunnel is coming to an end to a large chamber, and the entrance to it is filled with smoke. What do you do?
We should wrap. Oh, I know. I have this. Oh, okay. I have chemistry knowledge. Can I tell what that smoke is?
It's natural smoke of the earth, but you can
Okay.
tell as you examine it a little bit that you're at a final tunnel where you will have to crawl down lizard style head first down into another room. Where
Okay.
Dracula's just on the other side with a
Plus
sword to lob your head off as you come through. No, I'm kidding.
We should put hankies, around our nose and all that.
If I spend some preparedness, could I have packed some portable breathers?
Yes. It'd be 3 points of preparedness, and it would be the same kind of breathers you used in the Skolomance.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, so just use those mini breathers, and we'll be fine.
I always think of the ones in the Phantom Menace. They just put it in their mouths, and they can breathe underwater.
That'd be pretty badass.
But
Sorry,
not
chat.
better-
I
not
love
better advanced.
Ozzy in chat. The natural smoke of the earth. And those are Grant Ellisisms.
Oh, that's Ozzy. He was in one of my games at Gen Con.
We can't all be what is his name? Marcus Mercer, that other dungeon master guy on stream. But I'm just a old chunk of coal. All right.
Daquan takes points. That's army crawling
Okay.
forward.
Daquan, you are the first to see. So we come up. The stones, as you're crawling across them, they are hot to the touch. They don't burn you. The gases themselves are very noxious. This is very similar to when you entered the Scholomance. You're kind of getting the same disorienting feeling. And the rest of the party, unless someone wants to stay behind, which you can, but Hound follows through, so does Fort and Elvis, come through. And you see you are in a smaller chamber, and it is a smaller circular room. In the center of the room, there is a small stone table made out of blue and black stone, unlike any you have ever seen. Though I think Antal might have actually seen a similar substance in Belgium in the cathedral. I had a note that there was this blue-black stone. And
Do I know what it is?
Holy.
not of this world. On the stone table.
And remember, because this makes
BTR.
sense, because I've been also studying, and there's inks or whatever from the book that's not of this world, right?
Yep. Dracula's
So
an
that-
alien.
So that makes sense. I'm like, oh, making the connection with the Dragon Noir.
As we were calling through, could I have like halfway through had like stuck myself with the juice?
Would have been
You
very
gonna
difficult to
juice
do
up?
while crawling.
Okay.
You can do it now, right?
Also,
I'll wait till
it would be
inside.
dangerous to. You can do it now. In the center of the table, there is a coffin, and on this large royal coffin is the single word Dracula. It is currently closed, and you can stick yourself with the juice now.
And
Yeah.
none of our electronics are working right now, right?
No,
Has to do with the table.
What do you mean?
Jisoo is looking at the table and seeing that it's foreign and not of this earth. Immediately thinks like the table is the biggest interference with all of our devices. If we shatter the table,
We blow it up using our C4 that isn't electronic.
you could rig
Not a number of
explosive here. You
devices.
could do it. There's not too much there.
Yeah.
Now, typically, you do have electronic detonators to set them off.
Right?
You could do. I don't think you have old-fashioned like weak
Can we do it
form.
with a fuse or something?
The little tiny.
come on,
but
give me that old Looney Tunes
you could
style.
figure it out. Fort's
Yeah, I mean,
Little
Sports
gunpowder
confident she could
trail
do
and
it.
go,
Yeah, and I have a PhD in chemistry.
Well,
me
Fort's
so much.
Fort's confident that you could probably figure out an explosive here. Now it is rock, and
It's space rock.
yeah, Elvis turns to Jisoo and asks, "Do you think he's inside?"
I would nod.
It's
and
fuming
I
in
should-
here, swirling. It's just
Yeah, I should take out
mess.
my holy water and I want to like pour it around or something the coffin. What do you think?
Around the coffin?
Yeah.
No, it's
so
gonna
it comes
evaporate
out.
because it's hella hot.
Oh,
because it froze,
okay.
right?
Oh, now it's melted by now. Yeah.
That's true. Daquan's
It would
gonna,
have
like,
never froze because it was on hot Antal's body.
That's true.
oh ho ho.
Daquan's just
CHD in
gonna do
chemistry.
a quick check in our comms and just say,
Uh-huh.
Your comms don't work.
Yeah,
right,
I was
right.
like, I
okay.
didn't go fancy with the neural
Da-
network here.
Daquan's just gonna say, passphrase.
Richard of York.
Richard of York gave battle in vain. Everyone says in unison.
And Jesus was
Richard
like,
of York gave battle in vain.
It's a good passphrase,
Daquan's
you
gonna
guys.
kill me one day.
It's a good passphrase, you guys. Says Sharon. Antal just said yes.
Are we all capable of giving the passphrase, Grant? I should say that.
Yes.
Yeah, you're agents. You're smart.
No. I mean like narratively, mechanically, is one of us compromised?
No
Oh.
one is
Grant would have to
compromised.
let us know, right?
I would let you know, and
Yeah.
if there was if there was
Thing like that, yeah.
anything untoward in this. Shit, I don't know. No,
Making this as it go along.
yeah. When they say it's a highly improvisational campaign, they say just make it up every session. We're going to give you a lot of books. They're very expensive. Just tell everyone it's expensive and they'll feel it's a great campaign. No, this is a great campaign.
I'm loving the modular nature. We can talk about at the end. But,
Yes.
Set up explosives.
Okay, you're starting to move around to set up explosives in the room.
Oh, no.
At that
no.
point, Elvis, you have 3 people that are good for setting up the explosives. Elvis,
Yes.
Fort, and Daquan.
Yeah.
Each of us needs to make a sense trouble check.
I'll spend 3 points.
Okay.
I also have 2 in explosives. If that's
6.
needed.
That does help. You can help them as well. You can also make a safe test.
Yeah. I'm
6
gonna
in my
spend
sense.
2.
6 is good.
I'm also juiced up.
Yeah,
Got
I just
my
have 2
Kool-Aid.
explosives. I
Nat
don't have
6 plus 2. I got 8. Come on.
enough. Nice.
Tell me, what troubles? What wounds you?
Oh, that's very good. And then the others.
Sorry, I'm covering Daquan's beautiful face with my die.
Daquan, you had a 6.
Yeah.
All right, then let me do 1 roll. And
Ooh.
the other. All right. So, at this point where you're setting up the explosives, Elvis looks at the coffin and says, "That thing's empty." And at that point, out of the mist swirling in the room, a man appears, grabbing Elvis and plunging his knifey fingers into him, tearing into his flesh, and bites his throat, tearing at his jugular.
Oh, Elvis.
The battle begins, the fight to the death. The fight against Dracula
Oh,
is
Elvis.
on.
It was a clean end. He
Was
died.
it though?
He's not dead yet.
Oh, damn it.
We're about to
Not
find out.
clean.
He's
Not
dead.
Damn it.
It's dead. It's too late.
It's too late.
God.
Oh, who's
Save
the
him,
image you
Your heart
just put
out.
up, Grant?
What's that?
That's the Big D. Isn't that the portrait that I've seen?
Yeah, it looks just like the face in the portrait that was drawn by
Yeah.
That's
Aikman.
Big D.
Which I was reading chapter 18 of the novel today, and in that chapter is where Francois Aitman, who painted the portrait of him, like talks about it. It's like, I will paint this devil for you, and then does the painting of him. Yes. I'm about to roll dice in this. So, there's going to be damage done to Elvis, and we will see how much it does. So, not too much. However, though, there were multiple attacks that hit him. Still ones. And so that's it. So Elvis takes 6 points of damage. He doesn't have that many hits, so Elvis is now half dead. And
Points that we do.
Yeah.
at this point, we're gonna go in free for all combat initiative order. So we're gonna go Jisoo, Daquan, Ontal, Dracula, then remaining dukes.
Should we use some of that garlic and wild roses in our packs?
I feel like
Could hinder him.
okay, so vampirology, was that more of a spawn of Dracula weakness, or he also has that weakness?
Dracula's weaknesses are different. He
Right.
has things that he does not like. What you would know based on readings of Le Dragon Noir and translating with Antal and your experience fighting the undead at this point, there is only one object in your possession that he might fear. At this point, there's also certain things that may block him, amongst garlic and wild roses and things like that.
Okay.
Oh, so the garlic might be.
But you're also in his tomb.
Yeah, we're kind of.
If you exit the tomb, he might not be able to get out, but we'll see.
We need to hold. The thing is, we need to trap him for a little bit so we can do the ritual. We don't need to like finish him off by beating him to death.
Okay.
He's pretty beat up too. Like he is.
Yeah.
He looks about as good as you all do.
Okay.
You all look great.
I mean, yeah, he's been attacked by like interplanetary, but I meant like intercontinental ballistic missiles or whatever, right?
Okay.
No.
Then GC's gonna scan the tomb. Is there only one in, one out?
Only one way in that you can tell, unless you're sneaky and can like fit through holes like this guy. He can also turn into animals and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can misdoubt.
I yell at Antal. I'm like, hope you have some bullets coated in holy water, and I'm gonna go to the entrance and start. You want us to block it in, like us and Dracula in here and stay.
I want
Or you
him
want out.
physically trapped in some way so we can do the ritual. Like if he's stuck inside the coffin and can't get out, or there's a boulder on top of him, or if he's pinned to a wall or something like that, you know, so that I can do the ritual while that's happening.
Okay, I'm gonna start lining the perimeter with garlic powder.
Okay. Garlic powder. The whole new
We'll see
Romania.
how that goes.
It's we're starting.
It's
You
a
will
lot
not like it.
easier.
Not easy to carry.
Yeah. Hoist up my
It was
mini
garlic,
barrel,
roses,
start-
and holy water.
We don't know if holy water will affect him. We know garlic.
Right.
Do we know the one thing in our possession that he might fear, or do we not know what it is?
We gotta play to win. Come on, y'all.
Your best guess off of reading Dracula Unredacted, and the actual novel, Stoker's recollection would be, you know that he fears garlic. Garlic does not hurt him, but he fears it. He despises it. You also know that wild roses might prevent him from getting into places.
Yeah. Okay. So those are the two things we know, and we have those, so that's good. Okay. So Jisu's doing that. Whose turn next, Grant?
Okay, Jisoo, Daquan, then Antal.
So, as this is happening, Daquan is just going to get out both of the guns that have this silver bullets in them, and because I drank the Kool-Aid, I have the 12 points. Because I have 10 in shoot, I automatically get a second attack.
Wow!
That's in the book. I'm going to spend another 2 points. That gives me another attack that I read on the serum.
Nice.
So I'm going to just unload
Okay.
shooting Dracula, and I'm going to spend from shooting 5 points.
His hit
Watch him
threshold
turn to
is
mist.
10 at this point. Because he's using vampiric speed, and Dracula's very hard to hit.
Do I does that only cancel out because I have vampiric speed?
That lets you take your extra attacks,
Yeah.
but he's still hard to hit.
Okay, cool. Do I have to spend points for each attack, or is it one for all attacks?
Each attack.
Okay, then. So I'm going to spend 3 then initially for the first attack.
Yeah, but you also see with a system where characters are this fragile, like, you're very strong if you make 2 attacks in a round. 3 attacks.
Yeah,
If you spend 3 points, you can't hit him because his hit threshold is 10. You have to spend 4 points to have a chance of hitting him.
Right. That's true. It's true.
Maybe if we throw garlic at him, it might reduce his hit threshold.
Let's do a timeout for a second. So
Yeah.
you're going to have, let's do this. So you're going to have your shooting skill, and then you're going to have an additional 12 points you can spend from your serum.
Oh, nice.
So I would let you, the way I would say we could do this fictionally is you can just you can spend your points to take shooting attacks and just say we add 4 to the top of them for your serum, if you'd like.
Sure, we can do that. If it's
I want to say there's one other thing about that serum, though.
I know, -1 to resist.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
And you're like, oh, I know.
Otherwise, what's gonna
My
happen?
name's Daquan Yula.
Draconula.
Dracula.
I got a that misses. First one misses. Second one. It's a 4.
4 plus 4. And any points from your shooting pool?
Sorry.
On top of the others?
Yeah, you put
sorry,
3,
I forgot
you said, right?
Yeah, I put 3 from the shooting pool, so
Okay.
the second one hits.
Alright, second one hits.
And then the third attack misses. Damn it.
So do a d6
Damn.
plus 2.
Ooh,
Hey!
8.
That's great. That is great.
So I see biting on Elvis, and I just like spin around in like one motion. My coat flies open from the holster. I bring out the gun, and in that same motion, I'm just like unloading as I'm twisting, and like we see the bullets fly forward, and one of them hits, and the 2 go wide.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Untitled, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna do something wild. Would I be able to? I have explosives too, right? Would I be able to? I want to make like a cave-in onto him or something.
If you cave
Right.
in the cave, you are probably going
Am I
to
hit
kill
all
of
of
you.
us?
Yes.
Yeah.
You cannot
Okay.
control demolition that well here.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. Could I? Is the coffin? Is it like that heavy, like Orlov's coffin? Like, could I be able to grab the lid and like fling it at him, or is it too heavy?
I
like
don't think you
Orlov's?
could separate the lid from it because it's attached.
Oh, it's that kind.
Yeah.
Okay. What do I do? Because going hand to hand with him is not gonna do anything.
Don't you have pew UV beams?
No, they're not working anymore.
The UV
Oh,
beams
right.
broke.
Shit, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm
All
gonna
the
try and-
cool things.
Okay, I'm gonna just try and shoot him with the
Crossbow?
wooden stakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You do also know, if it helps, that Daquan did make that blue light flashlight. If that does anything, I don't know if it does.
It won't do anything on him. Jesus
Everything.
Vampirology
No.
would tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna try and his hit threshold is 10, so like it's very hard to hit him at all.
Yeah. And
Okay,
just so you
I'm
don't
gonna
get too overwhelmed, do know
Yeah.
this is the weakest Dracula has been in the past like 150 years.
Yeah.
I'm
for sure.
actually gonna try something else. I'm actually gonna fling fistfuls of garlic at him to get him to be like easier to hit or something. Like he'll be distracted. Like throw garlic and
Bulbs
roses
of garlic.
at him. Yeah, like literally, because I'm like, I need him to become. He's so fast. I need to become weaker so the others can shoot him, weaken him, so I can do the ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right? So I'm gonna fling garlic and roses at him.
Love
Okay,
it.
so we can make that. If you're just throwing garlics and roses at him,
Sorry,
just
God.
know. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's you might get the same advantage by just hitting them, but go ahead and make a weapon attack with the garlic and roses. I'm gonna say like you have your good hand-to-hand fighting skills, and it's like your wild rose nunchucks and your garlic smoke bombs. You know, it's like look.
No
Okay.
judgment out of rosewood.
I'm gonna spend all 4 of my weapons points because otherwise I won't hit him.
Okay.
Use the button. 8. Oof. But it lands near him, right? That's what I
Eight's
wanted.
gonna be enough to hit him because of the effect of the garlic.
Oh, okay. Phew.
All right.
So I'm like flinging garlic bombs at him.
So he will require to spend more aberrance to return back to his vampiric speed on his turn, which
That was
is
the hope.
now.
Yeah.
At the start of Dracula's turn, I roll 1d6, and I will tell you the impact of this 1d6. Dracula is at the weakest spot he has been in his past 150 years of existence. However, these die rolls begin to replenish any abilities or any weaknesses that he has right now. So they essentially counteract. So the longer you are here, the more powerful Dracula becomes.
Damn.
At this point, Dracula turns to the group, and his eyes meet Fort, and he says, "Your will is broken, and you belong to me, and she must make a stability test."
Oh damn, boy. Okay, guys, what is our
Secret
strategy
word,
here?
secret
What can
word.
we do?
So Jisu's been laying garlic powder around the perimeter, testing to see if that affects where he walks or runs or moves. Because if I
So-
can tighten the circle
So
to
should I
line,
step out of it and start the ritual?
Let's say
kind of
this. We're going to retcon this.
Yeah.
Because you have vampirology. It's
Yeah.
not garlic powder. We can say that it's snipped wild roses, because those are blocks. He can't cross blocks, but he can cross powder.
Okay, so you guys need to keep him occupied while I step outside the ring and do the ritual.
I don't. Right. Well, are we trying to lead him into? No. Is it? I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to get him out of the chamber.
Oh, blood! We have Lucy's blood.
You do. That might
That's
do
his
it.
Is he
lure.
gonna be
That's his lure.
bloodlusty? Okay.
Well, he's already he already bit someone,
Yeah.
right? He's
Oh,
like-
yeah. Thanks for reminding me. That actually healed him up a bit.
Ah!
We play fair, grind.
Yeah, that's fair. I appreciate it. However, okay. Just so you know, because he has spent his aberrants, Dracula's actually easier to hit now because Daquan has shot him. And the lower you can keep Dracula's power, the easier he is to manipulate and do things to. It's when he regenerates that he becomes much stronger and harder to hit. So, at this point, oh gosh, yeah, they have a note here too where they're like, make sure everyone exercises restraint with explosives because they'll all kill themselves. Please don't let them blow themselves up.
Oh, the book says that?
Yeah.
Yes. They're very
Just
careful.
as I was like, guys, I have 2 explosives.
To be fair, that's a good idea. At this point, Fort drops to her knees and starts weeping. Her will is broken at this point. And he turns to Antal, who you were crossing out of the circle, right?
Yeah, and I threw garlic at him though, so
Yes.
that does something.
He goes, so you went to play catch, and snaps his fingers, and rats appear on you again. So they're in your
Oh,
pants and
damn.
they're in your clothes. Yes.
Oh damn.
So you need to make a
Rats
stability
in your
test. to
pants.
do
Could
that.
I? Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna spend 2 points of stability. Shoo. Nice.
Excellent. So you maintain your stability, and you are not shaken by it. You're just kind of like, I'm over rats. You know?
Yeah,
it's
I'm like, not again, not
Not
today,
today,
Big D. Yeah, not today, Big D.
all the rats like nuzzle you and love you. They're like Disney rats. They make you a beautiful dress, and
They
like,
make, I was about to say, they make me a dress. They make me
Most
a
of her
Jordanian
tailors.
prince outfit.
This
One
was
is Ratatouille,
unexpected.
ready to give you some food.
Makes me check a copy. Okay,
Dracula then turns his attention towards Jisoo, and prepares to fire a bolt of lightning when a stake hits him in the heart from the hound. That was actually the hound's roll. If she got 8,
Oh my
she could-
god.
Yeah. So that's going to be some damage.
Nice.
Why does she always have to save me, damn it?
She's tired of it too. No, it's straight. So
I'm glad we didn't kill her. I'm glad I didn't poison her on the ship.
that was great though, because you almost did. Like, it's like the poisoned coffee, and then you ended up becoming friends.
I did though actually really poison her.
So you see Dracula freeze and is paralyzed for a moment. Jisoo, it's your turn. Dracula is motionless for the next 3 seconds.
3
You need
seconds,
to
right?
He's not
Trap him in
paralyzed from
something.
sticks.
I
Yeah.
do. I'm like, I will break my leg
Encircle
again
him!
to
Encircle
dash.
him in wild roses!
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I will.
Oh,
I see
Elvis
my
does get a
track.
go too. He's not dead.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I see my track. I'm scrambling over there, and I'm like,
Elvis gets down behind him and kneels, so you can push him over him into the coffin if you want to. No,
Yes.
it's up to you.
oh, Elvis. Is the coffin open?
Coffin's open.
Oh, okay, that's how he was like, no, it's open. Okay.
Closing, open it.
Is he close enough that we could potentially trip him into the coffin?
You can
he
certainly try in this situation. It'd be an athletics check.
Oh, do you have any athletics?
I don't
He's
have any
paralyzed, though.
athletics,
It'd be a straight roll. So if you 4, 5, or 6, you do it. 1, 2, or 3, you don't.
Oh God! Just do the
I'll
wild
leave it to
roses.
y'all. I can encircle him with wild roses. I can
Just do
give
the
him
wild
a little.
roses. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a safer bet. I'm just like, here's my little rope of roses. Here we go. Do 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 do. Fuck you. Poof! Garlic powder in your face. Fuck you.
This is the most ridiculous
Little
fight. Oh my
cheer.
God! I
It
love
is.
it.
It's like,
Okay,
Daquan, you're up.
memories.
Dracula is now mobile again.
but he's
Is he-
encircled in roses.
Yes.
Seeing this, seeing that, does the coffin look like it's heavy to move?
Very heavy.
Okay, and then I'm gonna try and I guess
Wait, what if we like set fire to the coffin?
kick him in the coffin. 'Cause, okay, here's my plan out of character.
Excited.
Because he can't move past roses. If we put him in the coffin, close the coffin, put a rose on top, can he get past that rose?
No.
But does the rose have to be living?
No. The wild roses aren't like alive, as long as it's there for like 10 minutes, we're fine. That's
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna try and do. I'm gonna try and kick him in. I'm gonna try and kick him into the coffin, slam it closed, and put a rose on top.
But he's mobile
It's
now.
opposed hand to hand.
Yeah.
It's from a rose in the gray. Ooh.
How many hand to hand points are you spending?
Spend all of them.
So I'm gonna spend the 4 points left from my 12 pool. I'm gonna spend 3 points from my hand to hand. So I'm gonna be doing that. So it's gonna be 8 in total.
All right. So he is spending
7 in total.
So Dracula
Oh,
has
God.
33 points in hand to hand, just so you know. But
What? I'm
I
sorry.
know-
Say that again.
he's not spending all of them. He will simply match you in points, so it'll be a straight. You know, are you going to outbox the Dracula?
Thank you for the raid. Coming in right where we're facing
Oh my
Dracula.
God. Oh my
no
God.
big deal.
Oh god. Okay. Well.
So it's just a straight roll, both of you plus 8. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate it.
Oh,
We're fighting
God.
the Draculas. You did it.
Do it.
Whoa! You rolled one more.
So like Daquan rushes over, has those gauntlet, has those knuckle
Yeah,
dusters
yeah.
again, goes over, goes and fakes a punch. Dracula probably like goes round. I duck around and like do an uppercut under his chin.
Oh,
And he
no!
flies back.
Schmexy.
Nice. Let me bring up Dracula.
Fighting's changed over the last 100 years. Asshole.
That's not the Queensberry rules. Dynamite
Silly little
uppercut.
stash.
Yeah,
Love
just
it.
head goes back up into the air, lands in the coffin, Christopher Lee style in the 1958 film. And Antal, you're up.
Did we shut the coffin yet or no?
I have the rose and it's like put it on there.
Okay, I'm gonna dump the vial of Lucy's blood into the coffin and then shut the coffin and put the rose on top.
Okay, so there's a couple things that you're going to have to do here.
Oh, okay.
You are going to need to make an athletics check, and I'm going to explain to
Okay.
you why.
Okay.
You must close that coffin before Dracula turns to mist, because even circled in roses, he can just go up. It's 3
Right,
dimensions,
right,
and just
right,
be like
right.
turn to mist and fly out of it. So
Yeah. Okay.
Fast
That's why I'm
athletics check.
hoping,
This is difficulty
hoping that the blood of Lucy in the coffin is gonna keep him in the coffin, right? So that was my logic.
Mhm. And I believe you have parkour, so it's one of those things. If you're like leaping over people, spinning, and you're doing it, you can get an additional +3 to this roll. But it's a
So
difficulty 8.
I'm gonna. I was smart, right? So I'm gonna leap and kick off the blue table, and like use my body weight to like slam the coffin lid onto
Okay.
him, right?
Nice.
Nice. I'm gonna spend 5 points of athletics.
Bless you.
I'm foreign. 10.
You did it.
Okay,
Close
and
it
then
on him.
I yell, Richard of Bloody York, which means put the stupid rose on the coffin.
Everyone piles it with all their roses. Fort looks
Okay,
up.
and then I slide off, and when it's my turn again, I'm just gonna start doing the ritual.
Well, that's
Nice.
kind of where we're at now. Everyone, all the dukes are holding it down. and we are at the point where the ritual begins. Now, this ritual is very challenging.
Yeah.
This ritual is going to tax your sanity.
Yeah.
But we're doing
So-
it together, right?
I don't know. Is it a pair thing or a single thing, Grant?
So it's going to be it's going to be something you do, and what you must do is you must take the blood of Dracula off Daquan's knuckle dusters and combine it with the dust of his soil, his the blue dust off the blue table, and then you will have to recite the ritual, pouring it onto his coffin, and it will utterly destroy him inside.
Oh my god, I want to do this! Ah!
Come on, Untitled.
But
your
it's
moment.
going to be a sanity test.
Yeah.
6
I'm gonna
points.
spend. I have a stability. Yeah, I'm gonna spend. Can I spend the last 4 of my stability, or do I have to have 1 left?
You don't. You can spend your points because you can go into the negatives. You're just going to end up being a wild Untall after this, where we have to talk you down.
Yeah, which
We'll
like
get you
I said,
plenty of
Untall
tweaks
was-
to rehabilitate you.
That laugh is everything.
I'm gonna spend my 4 points. I want my twinks to rehabilitate me.
Back on the twink ship.
Okay, yeah. Also, Antal was prepared. Remember, like he's prepared to like give everything for this. So
Right.
he's gonna spend.
This
all,
is this is it.
Yeah, this is his purpose in life right now. He has no other drive. So I got an 8.
Nice.
You see this, the coffin ignites in blue flame, blue fire. The flame goes from blue to white, and then to a almost like a deific light. Everyone goes blind for a moment. You hear a large crack, and when your sight returns, you see that there is a chasm that is formed in the room, and the caves are beginning to collapse. Dracula has been slain. The coffin is
gotta
no
get
more.
out?
The table is here, and you have to get out because cold rushing water, icy water, and hot steam is smashing into all of you. It is time to escape. Run!
Okay, does any of you have networks enough to bring a rescue helicopter or something?
That's a bullshit thing that would never happen. Come on now. But if for
We wanted a Jason Bourne campaign.
group test,
Yeah.
if you have 6 points in preparedness, one of you ran a line from the very start to all the lines, and you can get out easier with a rope.
I have 0 preparedness left.
I have 1.
And how much do you have, Jisoo?
I have 2.
So if we spend all of that and roll, let's see what happens, right?
Yeah.
Spend it.
Yeah. Let's
Go on,
go.
Jason. I believe.
Okay.
To
All
roll,
right.
yeah.
All right. I believe in the world.
No!
Fuck. Okay.
You
That's
got a
okay.
5.
It cuts back to a scene. There's like Elvis being like, "Do I pack in this extra rope or an extra battery for my Switch?" Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you know what? He's dying, so.
That's based on an IRL story when I was hiking through mountains, and someone was like,
Oh,
"Oh, come
God.
on, you don't need those extra pants. Pack the tortillas." And I'm like, "I brought my own food. I don't want to bring your tortillas." Long survival. I'll send
There's
people
some
photos of
salt
my
there.
Lol.
I'll send you photos of my legs that had 2nd-degree burns because I had no extra pants. But yeah, it was a
Wow.
worst.
But how were
anyways,
those tortillas?
yeah, I ate them. They went down the
all right, we
hatch.
gotta yeet ourselves out.
Yes. All right,
Sorry,
so
y'all.
athletics check, difficulty 8, group
Can I
check.
turn to miss?
Lord.
You can.
I
You're
really want to turn to
Hold
miss.
on. What
I haven't
stability
done
do you
this
have
properly.
left?
0.
It costs stability every time you do it. You cannot cast it.
Oh no!
You left it. You...
It's okay.
We
I
forgot.
did it to stop Dracula. It's fine.
Alright, I'm gonna spend 3 points. That's all I have left.
All right.
Athletics. I cannot make the athletics check. I have 0 points.
I do
Yeah.
Got
we're
it.
not
Roll it though.
gonna-
It's a group check.
Oh, it's a group
Okay.
check. Okay.
I got a 9. If it's
You're
a group
good.
check, I just spent 3.
The group gets out. So
Oh,
you
God.
cross out
So
of
can,
the.
can we say that one of you has to help me because I'm very unstable right now, right? Like I'm like, oh my.
You're not just
my-
unstable. Like you're freezing from the environment. You're having a hard time. Fort's also a mess.
Right.
Elvis is helping console her. At this point, Hound would be helping you. She's kind of a rock. She's just kind of like, keep your eyes shut and your hands on my arms, and I'll get you out of this. Just hook on, baby koala style. And she's like, get you out of here.
I just did this enormous spell. Like, I'm in no state to do anything on my own. Yeah.
You come to the circular cavern with the icy river, the black lake itself, with the Cerniati in there. At that point, though, they have been killed by Hound. Your raft is still there, and you're able to, as a group, paddle with your arms across every hand.
Paddle like the Dickens.
Yeah, we're just using it as a floating.
Just take one. Just like...
Antal's like...
CrossFit.
It's gonna be okay, Antal.
You are
please stay.
Climbing up the initial descent into the darkness itself. You see a silhouette, familiar. You see
bag.
Or love you.
It has pointed ears,
Torlok!
bald head. It's illuminated from behind. And
Our buddy!
not
Our
anymore.
pal!
Well, he's gonna kill us now.
You're fine!
The hands come out and prepare, and after that, you see him fall forward, and the silhouette of Father Sebastian's there.
Yes! Dishwasher!
Time to take out the trash.
So glad I called him!
Nice.
And
Yes!
with that, you have made it off the mountain. We fade to black on the descent. Dracula has been slain, but I'm interested in each character's epilogue. Where are they immediately following, a month later, and 2 years later?
Oh, wow.
So let's go around and each one sort of think through it. In the immediate aftermath.
Should we do it one each? Like first a round
Yes.
of immediate, then a round of... Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
First off, claps. We made it and we didn't
Yeah.
die. Come
No,
on.
no NPC died either.
It's
Oh.
surprisingly
Yeah.
true.
Also, I really
No.
love how we all are, like, the fact that we called Father Sebastian at the end, like early on, was super helpful. You know, all the
Yeah.
preparations we did were really cool.
Really fun.
Immediately as we're descending, like Jeesu's gonna remember the ranger. Make sure we also bring her in the escape.
Yeah.
She's there. And
Okay.
like Father Sebastian untied her and was like, he's a priest too. He's like, here, I'm not gonna be sacrilegious and be like, no, he just fed her sacrament wafers till she was fine. You know, I've been watching too many Dracula movies. Here, what are these?
I've been
Nilla
watching
wafers?
Nun Warriors, so
Oh,
Well.
lol.
Yeah, he would have been like, look, drink this. What is it? Capri
Brandy.
Sun. It's holy water. I got it from someone. It's Pope blessed holy water. So, immediately you collect the ranger. Chicken Little's there with a helicopter, to take y'all off at the end. He's like, I stole it. It's like a French Puma helicopter or something.
schmexy.
Jisoo,
So how
you had it.
immediately after, like,
This
We're now
is
in
in the
safety?
hour. This is the hour. You're getting away. You're
Okay.
flying away from the mountain.
cool. I'm gonna be sandwiched between Antal. I assume he's kind of like spacey-eyed, very out of
Oh,
it.
if you actually want to do it off of me, I can start if you want.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I'm gonna say I am shaking and bawling on your lap.
Okay.
Because
Okay,
I'm like I just did this spell, which is very taxing. We had all these near-death experiences, and I just got rid of the one thing that I've been obsessing with for like 5 years or whatever.
On Tall, while you're bawling,
Yeah.
you feel your phone vibrate.
Jisoo, you feel my phone vibrate. I can't
Yeah,
pay
I was like,
attention.
you're so out of it. I
Yeah.
will carefully take out your phone and see. Is there a number attached or is it unknown?
It's his Solus. Hasn't called him in a long time.
Because her brain is back.
Oh, I will slide the call to answer and just hold it to Antal's ear.
Yeah. What do I hear?
Here on the other side, pick up Antal?
And I'm
Antal?
just sobbing.
Oh. She's like, I haven't talked to you in forever. Where have you been? And she's like, it's weird. I've, you know, it feels like, you know, just this whole year has slipped away from me. And the days are flying by and I miss you. And we haven't.
I'm gonna say this is the end of my first epilogue. I'm gonna say, oh wait, I forgot her name because we haven't actually ever spoken to her. Cynthia Zhang. So I'm gonna say, Cynthia, I'm gonna fly to England, and we're gonna go and get nipple piercings. And that's gonna be the end of that first episode.
I know the best place.
Good epilogue. Good first epilogue, right?
Oh, I got chills. Oh, I love it. And I think, like, okay, so not like that. That's Jess reacting and like crying over this.
Right,
this
right.
is so good. But as
I'm like sobbing and saying that,
yeah, you're talking to her in my lap, and I'm like trying to like comfort you and rub the back and solace you, and I listen to you. I'm like, and I just put my shoulder on the one who's sitting next to me, Hound. I look tiredly across the way at Daquan, and I'm like, coffee.
Yes.
Coffee. Let me just smile.
Gods.
I love it.
I've never seen the strength that I hate it. I hate it, but I love it. Like, fucking love you, because I didn't have the strength to do much at the end of the day without your muscle and your wits. You saw through so much that I feel like a child. I feel like I need to take a long vacation and live life away from the screens.
Daquan just kind of looks and says to you, I was brave today, not because I wasn't afraid, but because I was terrified. I was strong today because I had you there. You've always made me feel safe. Thank you for being on this mission with me.
Yeah, just a soft nod.
Okay, that's our immediate epilogue.
All right. So,
Daquan,
do you have one?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that was it. Sorry.
No, after Daquan kind of says that, they, like, for the first time, they go into their collar and they pull out a bunch of dog tags. It's a large row of dog tags that they have, and they go into their like breast pocket, and we see a picture, and it's an old picture of a base in Kenya. It's a whole row of service men and women, and it looks at one of the faces, which is Shu, which he only heard of but never found, and he's just staring at that as the helicopter goes on.
Nice.
All right. So let's see where we find ourselves a week later, and this freshly pierced Antal.
Yes, but actually, right?
Yeah.
Like he, in fact, you know what? He remember his object was he'd saved the piercing, right? He gets pierced with that.
They're like, sterilize this.
Sterilize this. I have a
Make this
chemistry PhD. Sterilize this. Pierce me with this. Okay, a week later. Yeah, who wants to go first? I don't have to go first.
You can go first, don't mind.
Oh, that meant please go first.
Well, we can put in. We'll put in a filler. Are there any NPCs you want to see? So like, you know, you can put a camera on anyone and see where they're at a week later.
Right. I don't think I had a bond as much with any of the NPCs as much as Jisoo and Pro did.
Yeah. No, I have it. So a week later, physically I'm functional, so I'm gonna take a trip alone back to the wild roses silhouetted in the shape of Colette's body.
Oh.
And I will bring her the art book that I kept all this time. Naturally, I've already digitized it, kept an archive for myself, zipped it upon zipped and encrypted it. But yeah, the physical one I will bury with her.
Oh.
And then I will go traipsing through Europe with the hound.
I actually have an idea.
Okay.
A week later, you see in a small village in Romania where there is a visiting exhibition of vampires lore going on in a little museum, where there's currently a fake vampire kit, right? I go and I swap it out like surreptitiously. I just got, you see me like I know the camera cuts in as though I'm doing like a kill mission, right? I'm like stealthily walking, blah, blah, and then what I do is I swap out the fake bag for the real bag again. And then I also the camera cuts and like an hour later I'm chatting with the director. And I'm like, yes, I have this really valuable like artifact that I think would be a great donation to the museum. It is the Dragon Noir.
Oh, you sneaky! Oh my!
The academic librarian. Ah! You just screams and like cut freeze frame on that.
Yeah.
The joy. Ankle kick. It's like Mary Tyler Moore with the hat right there.
I felt really bad when we stole it because I'm like, no, because Sharing is a museums person, right? So I'm like, no. So now I'm like, make it right.
What about Daquan?
I think a week later, Daquan has gone to Paris. He's gone to the museum there. See their solace. They're in just a sweater vest, some glasses, look very academic, very different. And they're having what looks to be a vacation, just relaxing, looking at some art and talking with their friend Ngozi.
Oh, very nice. Now, we cut 2 years later. We're in the future now.
Nice. Oh my God, what would Boba Talk be doing 2 years later? Oh my God.
And then if you want to interject any,
I was like, Daquan, do you have ideas?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Daquan is on top of the Shard in London. He's wearing a very stylish business suit. On his desk is a wild rose and an epic phase. He seems to be writing some report, and on his suit, we see a small pin that's of a wild rose, like a stick going through it. And as he walks over the ground, we see kind of marbled on the floor, it's the same mural, and we just see the Edom name under
Ooh.
it. Interesting.
I was hoping for it.
Interesting. Okay, love it.
Maxi. 2 years later for Jisoo. I think that's the point when we finally, if Daquan is ready, catch up and have coffee.
Yeah.
We had a lot of loose ends to tie up, and clearly you've been busy. But as we pan in, of course I would have asked Antal, hey, is that Turkish coffee? I see the Yelp reviews, they seem legit, but
And I'm like, I told you like say these exact words in Turkish, which is you know how like Chinese restaurants in America, there's the real
the
menu,
1 to 5,
right? Yeah. So like I'm like, I order this thing in that restaurant.
Okay. Thank you. And as we pan in like overhead and look at us sitting in the nice weather, enjoying a good cup of coffee, you see a band on a certain ring finger of Jisoo. We'll leave that at that.
Ooh.
And, you know, Jisoo retired a little bit out of the spy area, became an esports legend.
Yes.
With her grandmother.
Oh, and
With
you can be
Baba.
like, you can be like Sonic Fox or like Dead Mouse. You always wear a mask and no one knows who you really are or something.
That's true. I still would have had some heat on me. Yeah, great. I want to. Oh God, what kind of mask? I would wear a hot, sexy vampire mask for the irony.
Oh my god.
This is the year that a young adult novel has been published called Sexy Vampire Slayers by one Cassandra Irving. And there's just these 3 hot ladies on the front, and they're just like outside of a mansion.
Oh, Cass.
Long.
I had to do a Cassie callback. She was
Oh,
Hopkins. She linked
Cassie.
you the...
Yeah, she was pretty badass.
Okay. So 2 years later, the camera pans over like crystalline blue waters, and you know it's like an island. But then the camera pans, and there's like a early morning rave going on in Malta.
Damn.
And because we saw Antal has a clubbing side, right? We saw that. So you see Antal is like wearing like booty shorts like only and partying at this like rave in Malta, and you see he like at one point he's like heading home like somewhere at the end, and in this like it's like super early, it's like 5 a.m. right? In this alleyway you see like, so he's a tourist, like someone tries to mug him, like you see he walks in the alley, he like walks and you see like the camera cuts someone in an alleyway like goes, and then the camera pans to away and you just hear these like punch noises, and then it comes back and you see the guy's like foaming at the mouth, and the last line is Antal's like, I still have my PhD in chemistry.
Oh.
And we're gonna end there.
All right. Is there any parting words for the 2 years later, or are we safe to cut to credits and then do our outros and plugs? And if you want to see anyone or have any questions about anyone, they can be the after credits scene, and we got them.
I'm good.
I know if folks in chat are asking about Elvis. They want to see Elvis.
Yeah, well, unless Daquan, like, would you be attached to Elvis? Are we checking in on Elvis?
Elvis would definitely be in, like, I think all the Dukes would be in like the Edom,
Okay.
like it's below me kind of thing. So Elvis is probably like no, unless he would try to be an esports player, which is.
Well, here's what I keep losing. I've almost made bronze
I
this
went
year.
for Animal Crossing.
I've almost made bronze. I really just like, simulation building games. No, I think there's a scene where Daquan would call in Elvis, and Elvis, it's one of those things, he's loyal, and it's like a hard conversation. You can tell where he's like, I don't think it's in me anymore. It kind of cuts up and you can see like the scars on his neck where he's been trying. You can tell he's been trying every day. Everything's off. His aim's off. He's just, he almost seems like he's in a zen-like state, and he's pacifist. He just doesn't know.
I think I go over and I put my hand on his shoulder and I say, "You did good. You survived. That's all any soldier can ask for." And I hand him like a fun drive that has like the rose symbol on it, and it's like a new life, a setup for life, and like a location somewhere in the world. I just hand it to him.
Single tear on Elvis as he salutes and slowly departs. With that said,
he saved my life back in the day, so
Right.
Fort's been your overachiever too, because she realized, she was like, look, I got Dracula a little bit, but I need to show that if darkness rises again, they won't be so lucky. And so we end the Dracula Dossier campaign. Whoa! In 4 or 5 months. We've been prepping this for a long time.
That is literally the longest campaign I've ever played in.
Hey,
because none of my other campaigns allowed. Like maybe in college I came close with like Pathfinder. In like number of hours we played more. We could play 8 hours a day, but never like 12 or whatever 13 sessions that we did. Yeah,
But that was good though.
that was really excellent.
Well, it took
Punch Dracula in the face.
phenomenal players to the uppercut finish.
It was so good.
Yeah, you know, these folks for the chat, they, you know, were reading out of Dracula Unredacted, a large full-length novel, to get clues and to sort of steer the narrative. In fact, when I say sort of steer the narrative, it totally did. If you watch the series, you can see in our prep, as early as like episode 2, we were prepping for them to like say go to Germany, which they went in like episode 10. So like
that death house.
And it's funny because folks were watching the marathon yesterday. They go, "We love how every episode they say maybe we go to Gibraltar," and then never do. Like, chat was loving it. But, you know, thank you to the audience as well. You really made this great for us. And also I'd like to thank our sponsors, Pelgrane Press, for providing us with the game system and the book. Full disclosure, I did buy my copies of the game, but they gave me permission to use their soundtrack and art assets. And you can watch the full series both on their YouTube channel and WebDM Plays. If you are late to the storyline and you want to catch all the prep and all the stories from the beginning, there's a playlist on it. And I've just about convinced WebDM to just start playing all of our actual plays on loop. So you can catch us periodically throughout the show. But let's go around to our cast and see where else we can find each other. Why don't we start with you, Pro?
Yes, no, this was a super amazing game. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me on this channel and WebDM, and thank you, Pelgrane, for just bringing this awesome game into existence. I really enjoyed just combing through the book and learning the system. So thank you as well. I love the game. The characters as well, just the interactions we've had and how the characters have developed over time. So that's really been amazing. So yeah, thank you to everyone who's been watching and has been loving Daquan and always seeing them half die.
Daquan had lots of near deaths, like again and again.
Yeah, it wasn't just a joke. We were terrified of your
Daquan got all the near deaths on target, all the spells cast on him. Even in the last battle, he's the one who got wrapped.
Oh my goodness.
That was crazy. But I am Pro Restarter, and you can catch me on Twitter at Pro Restarter. You can also catch me on my podcast. It's on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you can find others. As well, it's a full PLC actual play drama that's set in Tal'Dorei Critical Role universe. We use the Shadow Demon Lord rule set. And yeah, you might be seeing me on some other channels soon, so watch out for that. But once again, thank you for having me, and it's been amazing. Love playing with everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
And Jess.
Me. As much as you've been binge watching various Dracula media, all I have been binging is needed some lesbian vampires again in my life. So I watched seasons 1 through 3 and the movie of Carmilla, and can confirm.
The show of Carmilla?
It was a YouTube web series. You can watch those for free.
Have you read it? Have you read the book as well?
I did. So, back in my Tumblr days, I was waiting week to week for these episodes to come out. I was like, you know what? The book, gotta read the book in between. It's really funny to see like the modern take on it. But anyways, can confirm our campaign has been probably the most thrilling campaign I've been a part of, the most flexible. Like, as much as we worked for the system worked for us, and I enjoyed it. I mean, I super love vampires in general. I like playing edgy vampires. I like playing all those typical vampires, and then playing vampire hunters. This warmed my heart. This was super satisfying. Anyways, I'm Burst of Hope on Twitter and other social medias if you want to get a hold of me. The O and of is 0 because I'm not salty that bots exist for over a decade on Twitter and I can't win my account back. But you can catch me on the backside of twitch.tv/Utopia, a channel for POC by POC, where we spend our time trying to play decolonized long-form campaigns, one-shots of all sorts of varieties, and we do our best to have interviews for creators or just host a panel where we talk about something tabletop related rather than the Diversity 101. Thank you for having me here. It has been a pleasure.
Well,
Sharang, take it away.
say we could not have done the campaign without you, and I really appreciate you accepting the call to play in the series. And it once again, I love every campaign we get to play together. So, speaking of people I love to play with, you troublemaker. No.
So I'm Sharang Biswas. You can find me on Twitter at Sharang Biswas, where I link to my website, and my itch page is Astrolingus. Speaking of what vampire media I've been consuming, I've been watching the complete opposite style. I've been watching What We Do in the
Shadows. Yes.
Very different tone. But my two favorite vampire movies are Byzantium and Let the Right One In, which I saw with French subtitles and Swedish dialogue the first time. So because I'm fancy. But check out those if you want vampire movies. So I really love this campaign. Again, it's probably my longest campaign I've ever played. So that was super awesome. This was a really fun group. We had really fun things. And I loved how we also pause. Can we have a character moment? We did that many times. We had all these intense moments where we're like, let's see if anyone needs to X-card this vampire violent scene, things like that. So that was a really good campaign. I played with both of you before. I played with Grant many times. So it was really fun. And that would be lovely. Check out my Twitter. Check out the book that's also from Pelgrane Press, Honey and Hot Wax, an anthology of erotic art games. That was published a couple of weeks ago. It's both on Pelgrane's website and on Drive-Thru. It's an anthology of games about human sex and human relationships, sex and sexuality. And part of every sale goes to charity as well. So that's cool. And if you're interested in cool stuff I do in fall, so September, October, I'm launching with co-editor Cleo Davis an anthology called Strange Lust, Strange Loves, an anthology of erotic interactive fiction, which is going to be published through Strange Horizons, one of the premier speculative fiction magazines. So watch out for that. I am currently writing an interactive fiction about a closeted dude being possessed by the ghosts of horny gay men. So do keep an eye out for that. But yeah, thank you, an audience, for saying nice things about us and watching us and commenting on all the languages on Top Speaks.
And lastly, I'm Grant Ellis. I'm just an old chuck of coal. I'm the producer here at WebDM's Twitch channel. We have new shows that we're producing. I'm not in any of them, but I'll be running production behind the scenes. I am working on seeing if I can pull together funds and financing to do a Yellow King actual play, which Knights Black Agents can actually tie directly into at the end of an NBA campaign. I don't know, ideas there. But you can follow me on Twitter at WisePapaGrant, see the things that I'm up to, or catch me here on WebDM's Twitch show. I got a bunch of projects up in the air right now. One of the Kickstarters, it looks like, might break 6 figures, might hit 100K. We'll see. They got about 24 hours left. Really support these players and everything they're doing. I got enough Twitter followers, I'm on enough shows, but there are many amazing shows that are being produced either through Pro's Patreon or over on Utopia, and any place you find Mr. Sharang Biswas. So, as always, our outro is our intro. We're going to leave you with the opening credits, which is also our closing credits. I look forward to seeing you all on the next broadcast we do. Thank you all, and good night.